Myself.
We are not.
They will
No.
be.
They will be missed.
They will be lost in time for about 2 weeks.
R.I.P. the point. You should take
A
good care
resting
of the
point.
Bob.
Yeah.
It's okay. The GM has already explained they will not kill off any characters unless it's their own stupidity.
Oh, that's not handy.
Well, I'm dead. I'm dead.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's a threat, man.
I'm not going to kill you off screen. That's just unsatisfying.
Yep.
yeah. Fuck you's
Yeah,
nearly
you
died
let us
several
log
times,
in.
so-
I have nearly died violently in a good number of times.
I think I've got myself close to the numbers of nearly amount of dies in your campaign with Shadow Elf.
Yeah, you've so far not you've so far not even come close to the number of actually died though of that character.
No,
I
don't
think this is just
any
my
will-
second.
I don't think any of them will ever come close to what 7 or
7 or 8 times your character actually died before one of them finally stuck.
Yep. I finally punch my punch card and says nope. That's it.
You didn't have one left, unfortunately, because you suicided to Leviathan.
Yep.
Ow.
It was to- Well, it was to make sure that none of them died.
Yeah, you did a good job. God damn it.
Oh no.
Cats went and picked something out.
Give me a second, guy.
Yeah.
All right, let's get started right now. It's the perfect time.
Yeah, that sounded like
Oh,
something
Jamie
definitely broke.
That was a glass. Maybe
Yeah.
a dish.
Yeah.
It sounded glass. Yeah, something definitely broke there.
So, are the dice gonna be against me, or has the GM got some clever way to save my ass,
Oh, we'll see.
Dead man.
or at least give me a chance of saving my ass? Because the only other chance I have of saving my ass now here is a natural fucking 20.
It's fine.
It's
You good?
fine.
Fine. I'm fine. It's all good.
The cat's just playing
Yeah,
ping
she's
pong
just
with
burning
the
down.
glasses.
No, she knocked over the cafetiere.
Alright.
So everything's good.
Yeah, pretty much.
Intros?
Yeah, let's get started. We're at 5 past. Let's keep it somewhat on time. We got everything set up. Alrighty, welcome back to another exciting episode of Alterra, the Shattered Altsphere, episode 79, Temporal Shenanigans.
Woo!
Whoa. Previously, the players did shit that they'll tell you about in a second. Let's do voice checks. Alvina, why don't you start us off?
Howdy! I lived and yeeted a god twice. And I really pissed her off. And now we're stuck in space time.
Yeah.
Or somewhere.
enough.
When
Dr. Zormir.
I antagonized the god and wondered why I was not dying.
Give you literally about 5 minutes on that one.
You tried your hardest. Fukyu.
fuck you kept turning into a giant bird, then kept being knocked out of the bird form.
Yeah, it's happened a lot.
Yeah. And then decided fuck it and decided to just travel through time.
Ooh.
Yeah, because that was your choice.
I'm checking out of here.
All right.
I mean,
go.
fuck you will eventually work out how to do that, so
Yeah, give him time.
Gwent, killer of Dr. Zormir.
I made nothing but good choices and currently dead-ish.
Dying.
Passed out.
I'll
Dying.
take
And better standing than me.
Yes.
Let's put
You
it
just go
that way.
teleport to the past where nobody knows where you are.
Yeah.
It's
cool.
Lugrim, Better of the God of Games.
Hello. I plucked Gwen out from midair and then he disappeared on me.
Yep. About to heal him, and he's gone.
What a comedic sequence of events.
That
And
was
the point won't be with us this week, so they will be a point in time, a fixed point in time, and they will not be in this timeline. So
No, that's a good sign. They're in a different timeline.
they're in a different
No.
timeline now.
They're not in the present
now,
or the
anyway.
past. They're just somewhere else.
They got stuck in the middle. So you either catch up with them after a certain number of years because you actually don't know how far in the future you are, and I gotta stop accidentally saying spoilers out loud because I forget what I told you and what I haven't told you.
I get that.
Or a certain amount of period in the past, depending on if you want to travel forward or backwards to meet them.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. We'll just start rummaging through their clothing closet, and they'll just spawn in.
They're just huddled.
Oh, we
to
could
the
leave
deck
notes in
now.
the pockets.
No, we'll find them in the future with their egg baby. Going, hey, this is my kid.
No.
This is my.
Since I wasn't allowed Tarragon, this is mine.
This is my child, the Edge.
I can't wait until we meet Surface. I hear they're at least two-dimensional.
Oh. GM gets an inspiration point.
I'll use it for the enemy that's going to be following you in a couple months.
Yep. I, by the way, I have such PTSD from Pathfinder and some sort of weird time monster. God damn it! It killed
Okay, you like this one. I'm Chris McKenzie. I'll be your DM for the day. Previously, the players went through the portal to return home that snapped them back to their original location they were snatched from on the Prime Plane. However, something went wrong in the transit as the God of Heretics managed to get the last laugh and throw what the players are unaware of is a temporal banishment orb.
Ah! That explains a lot.
Which, for a bit of world building lore, since planar travel doesn't really work the same way here in that it's broken here, you can't really banish people. Because you can't plane shift people. But you can send them forward in the future. And that counts as the same mechanically.
Wait, that means Gwent sent himself forward in time previously.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Same place, just
Yeah.
forward a couple of weeks.
And how does rope trick work then?
Entertainingly.
I mean,
well,
that's
demi-planes don't
demi-plane.
technically exist.
Yep.
You just can't travel conveniently. There's a weird trick, which is how the gods managed to snatch you up. And there's a weird trick you can do between planes that allows you, like, you can't use them as a passageway, so you end up snapping back to your original location. But you can travel.
Rodeo.
You can do planar travel. You just can't do it the same way you could in the original world, where you could just like dimension, or you could just teleport halfway across the universe.
They're either playing
Which-
planar rodeo or planar folding.
Which is obviously the whole
Yeah.
point of the shared Altsphere is that there is no teleportation, kind of. So
Yeah, it's like
War went
the whole like going into a magnificent mansion, then plane shifting back to the material plane somewhere else.
You rip a hole in your domain.
Things go bang.
No,
things
you can't do
things
that.
go slowly
Yeah.
in this universe.
I mean, in normal like D&D, you can do that because the magnificent mansion is a different plane.
here it would most likely snap you back to your original location.
Mhm.
If you want to fight somebody on the other end of the cosmos, you better get your supply lines in check.
Go and walk.
Which is why the war went cold, and the three nations have just decided, we'll just do border skirmishes. It's not worth traveling.
You get motion sickness.
But yes, previously the players also discovered that at the start of their turn, at the end of their turn, they are being blinked back to the present from whatever future, presumably future,
We assume.
time you are now in.
Hey,
If
some
it's-
of us haven't discovered that yet.
If
Well,
you're
Someone's
not,
out cold.
yeah, if
And so someone's under rocks.
you don't know where Zomid's getting sent.
The point bot is also conveniently stuck in time because the point's not here to control them.
I'm just assuming that every so often the point bot is just gonna like spawn in, dancing, and then just blink out of existence, and then just do the same dance somewhere else. There could be like a GIF showing up occasionally.
They'll become an urban legend.
Yeah.
You see the
Just
dancing
occasionally,
man?
you'll
Dancing
catch a
man.
robot dancing, and then when you turn to look at them, they're gone.
Yeah.
It's like the Doctor Who Ghost Monument.
They changed the. How do I just?
It's
drag
the
it over?
boogeyman!
Okay.
That was really bad. I'm sorry, I'll leave.
All right. Let's close that. Okay, cool. So previously we ended up on the point having found themselves in the present. While all that's going on, we switch over to Alvina just before the start of your turn. I believe you also blinked and find yourself back in the present, seeing the same scene that the point saw. Dark side surrounded by a League of Administration and what appears to be Dark Feathers and Inkheart Inquisitors questioning the band members off in separate corners of the arena. It's to note, as you are, I believe you're currently plummeting towards the ground.
Yeah, I was landing, if memory serves. I was in the process of, like, rocket landing after having caught Gwent in midair.
Well, as you can
So,
imagine, suddenly being shifted into a slightly, it's not too slightly, but slightly enough territory in which kind of, obviously the destroyed ruins had a lot more outcroppings, a lot more things scattered about. It's slightly disorienting, so go ahead and give me a acrobatics check to see how well you stick the landing in the suddenly new terrain.
yeah, 10 minutes haven't passed, have they? Still, hilariously.
Nope, it has been 6 seconds.
Cool, literally, I have been in this buff for, I think, 2 weeks now because of this. This is quite fun. So I've still got advantage. 21!
21, you adapt quickly. After all, being the elf that you are, particularly being raised in nature, you're used to a shifting terrain where a platform could vanish beneath your feet and slither away at any moment.
Sometimes the trees have just gotten up and walked away halfway through a jump, it's fine!
It's true, Fantasia's wild.
So yeah, I'll be the promotes here. They'll hear yelp as Alvina just adjusts like with movement and just will like still like basically just jetting down and just slam both feet into like the rock because I think she was landing in the stands.
You managed to land on where were you landing? You were slightly off the main platform that the point was on. So you're actually beneath the main platform, which means you don't see the point above you because you're looking up at the platform. You might be able to catch a glance off, because you're a little bit further down because you were jumping after Gwen, who was falling.
Yeah, I caught Gwen. Yeah,
but you might be able to catch like one of the bands being questioned off in the stands. Just from the angle looking up, you might still be able to catch one of them. Not all of them, because you wouldn't have the height advantage. But you catch one or two just off in the distance. You can see the people you recognize as the band members being questioned, what are clearly Dark Side's administrative agents, as you land down on one of the lower, very low rung stands that kind of pops out a lot further than the ones above it.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
You probably destroy like 2 or 3 chairs as you land.
It's just it's probably a loud crash. So I'm just gonna just quickly scan around because like, what the fuck just happened?
You see just a very startled front of house staff who was just cleaning up like thrown popcorn and picking and like poking things into a bag, suddenly glance up maybe 20 feet away from you with the most startled look in their eyes, their mouth just dropping agape. What?
Howdy! What just happened?
Like, did we win?
Did we get it? Are we back?
So startled is this station, they are going to throw the trash picker at you.
That is fair, you know what? That is fair.
Let's give them a +2, you know, they work out every day. A 12 to hit.
No, that bounces off me. Imagine it pings off of Alvina's just head. Probably she doesn't know.
As it pings off, they stop there for a second, and then you see them turn and bolt for it. They are running. They like jump for that little corridor out of the stand, and they vanish from your line of sight before you can even utter a sentence.
Well, that was weird. Alvina's gonna scan around to see if she can spot, because she assumes she's back, because she can see dark side of people. So she's gonna scan around for like Tarragon and Kurzuk, and I guess the others as well, because they'll be somewhere around here.
Yeah. But no, you actually can't see Darkseid themselves. They were on the central platform that's about 200 feet above you. But you do catch one of the bands and you recognize them. They've not grown ridiculously old, so you expect to be in the same timeline.
Yeah, it's like I spotted you early.
But sorry, what were you doing again?
She was looking around for Tarragon, Kurzuk, and any of the other party members.
As you look around, you do not catch them in your direct line of vision.
Vision? Never mind a vision. Alvina just cast such a presence.
Now remind me, fuck you, did you succeed on your save or did you get teleported?
I got teleported.
I think the only person who didn't was
It was
Lou.
me.
Yeah.
As you are looking around, Alvina, you suddenly see a giant, was it an eagle you were?
Yeah.
An eagle, yeah.
A giant eagle pop into existence above you.
I mean, fuck you did take Gwent into the little alcove, so he might be in a room somewhere.
Oh, he's off to the... He's about to hit a wall! He might hit a wall! You're flying
Well,
fast.
I hope in like in the toilets, just suddenly giant eagle.
I'm just... That'd be funny. I'm expecting there's a slight chance we hear, you know, the noise of like a bird hitting a window?
Yeah.
Boom!
He's in the janitorial closet.
He's where that guy ran off to!
All you hear is mops and buckets falling over.
You just hear a squawk and a scream.
As you catch sight of the giant eagle appearing before you, that is when your world evaporates around you and you are blinked back into this future timeline at the start of your turn. You now have your full turn, Alvina. What would you like to do?
So he's like... He should be just standing there, like, both arms spread. Where am I now?
You find yourself standing in a ruined sea alcove with giant boulders just fallen down and crushed around you. You seem to have managed to teleport like exactly squeezed between a gap of two massive chunks of debris.
That was lucky. Alvina's gonna walk out from between the debris and have a scan around again.
You scan around. I'm trying to think who the fuck's actually there. I think
Lou.
it's just Lou.
It's just Lou.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Gwen disappeared as well.
Yeah. Lou holding a healing potion, like,
Yeah. it's
Shit.
just-
No! To be fair, they were actually directly above you in one of the seating alcoves, which means they would be inwards, so they are out of your direct line of sight.
damn it.
But if you shout, I'm sure they can reply back.
Yeah, Alvina will just shout for pretty much every party member, like, hey, where the hell are you? Where am I?
Alvina.
Oh, hey, Lou!
Lou
Yo!
just pops his head over the corner, looks down, and sees Alvina between the two giant debris.
You alright?
I'm slightly distressed. One, I don't know what the fuck has happened here. And
Yeah.
two, I grabbed Gwen from midair and he's just disappeared.
Well, that's probably he was bleeding out, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Shit!
That's why I'm distressed.
I'll try and get up to you.
Okay.
How far above me is Lou?
Let's see, you guys teleported back around the 200 mark. You fell down about 100. You went all the way down, so Lou's about maybe 80 to 100 feet above you.
Hilariously, that actually matters, because currently I've got a 40-foot jump.
Let's find out. Let's see. We'll say 60 plus a D4 times 10. So that's 3, so 90 feet above you.
Ah, he's a bit out of there. Yeah, so Alvina's going to pretty much, like, pretty much get up to, like, a couple of platforms, like, just leap to, like, a couple of platforms that are able to get me most of the way up, essentially. And she'll be probably scanning around quite emphatically looking for Gwen, and she'll be just shouting to them, like, yeah, I think back where we were, where the hell are we now? Why is it ruined? What happened?
I mean, go ahead and give me a
have no idea.
survival check, just so you can pick some sturdy platforms.
Yeah, fair enough.
This will be a relatively low DC. You're quite used to navigating dangerous terrain.
Is it that low?
I mean, it's base 10.
I smash
Unfortunately,
right
in your
through
haste,
one.
in your haste, you make a faulty judgment on one of them. And I'm going to need you to give me a dexterity saving throw as you start to lose your footing. One of the little platforms beneath your foot begins to give way, and you start to lose momentum, start falling down.
19.
But you manage to correct yourself and not take any fall damage as you use momentum and very quickly shift to a much more stable platform as you continue the rest of the way up.
Yep. Whew. That was close. So do you know magically what the hell is happening? I was just back where we were with the tournament, and I don't know where we are now, and now I'm back here again.
I have no idea. 'Cause I jumped through the portal thing.
Yeah, so did I.
and Then I landed on a platform over there. I saw Gwent falling down, so I
Yeah, I caught.
dimension doored and grabbed him. Landed here. Was about to give him a potion, and he just disappeared.
That's what happened to me. I caught Gwent in midair, and then before I landed, I just wasn't there anymore.
Really, Gwen's the problem.
This must be Gwen! It must be Gwen, clearly. He's got some... Wait a minute.
Oh,
The
look.
God of Love did some weird link with Gwen, didn't he? Maybe he's where Zoma is now.
Oh, Lou, since you yourself haven't actually teleported, you don't have first-hand experience of the phenomenon, but using the description that Alvina has given you, and the fact that you previously were aware of the Chrono Arcanite in play, go ahead and give me an Arcana check at disadvantage, just for the lack of personal experience.
Come on, Lou, double 20.
Well, you're doing that. Alvina, is that your turn? Did you
I-
dash up, or
Yeah, I dashed up, because... I just did 2 jumps to get up there, so...
anything else you'd like to do for your turn? Any bonus actions or anything?
I don't think
17.
I really... That was actually a nat 20 on one of those, damn.
You managed to put together kind of the fundamentals of what most of the players have surmised. It's definitely some sort of temporal phenomenon. You don't know the specifics, but you do know that you ought to be careful. You're not entirely sure what will happen if the spell ends or if it's dispelled. Maybe it might strand you in whatever plane you happen to be in at the time, but it's also likely that, like banishment, it might return you back either to the present or to the future, depending on what is considered the base timeline. You need a bit more research or testing to try and see if it's the case of like you're rooted or anchored in the present being shot to the future, or if you're anchored in the future being shot back to the past. It could be either way. But you are pretty sure the effect itself isn't dangerous other than the environmental issue of teleporting to an unknown location. But given, you question Alvina a little bit and get a little bit of details of like where did they teleport back to, and the fact that they were in the Colosseum suggests that you were at least fixed spatially in your teleportation in such a magical way that it disregards any effects of drift. So you're not just somewhere in the astral sea.
Yeah, Alvina basically just... Can she see outside of the Colosseum? Are there any holes about where she is?
Yes, so at the DM's discretion of this beautiful map is that the orange outlined grey parts are signs of destruction. They're quite nebulous signs of destruction. But that giant tear in the Colosseum is the fact the Colosseum has been kind of split open, and it's almost at like a V shape. with just a V-shaped tear down one side, and you can use it to see out. Kind of in the southern, like for most of the southern map, you can see the south, left, and right of the map enough to you can see the glow of lava flowing through the troughs of Nest.
I can see the. Can I see the purple weirdness as well?
Yes, so the purple is chronal tears in the sky. So as you look up, you can see what appears to be these glowing, like vortex tears that have almost looked like they've kind of ripped by claws or some sort of sharp instrument in the sky above you.
That's probably not a good sign.
In the cavern space above you.
Yeah.
It's not technically a sky.
Yeah. The
What does your L5 see, Alvina?
giant purple claw marks in the sky.
What?
Yep.
Yep.
That can't be good.
That's what I thought.
At the end of your turn, go ahead and roll me a d20, and we'll see what happens to you.
You see if I go back. Which should be concerning, because I imagine I'm just in space as far as, like, in the other world is. Oh, I almost rolled just flat 20. Again.
While you're doing that, Zormir, go ahead for the fun of it all. Who knows if this is actually happening? But as far as the other
15.
players are aware, 15, nice. You vanish.
Yep, I thought I did. BAM!
Look, you just see talking to Alvina, and as they just vanish again. Zormir, go ahead and roll me a death saving throw at the start of your turn. Let's see if you would conveniently die, as far as everyone else is aware.
Hey, you survived! So far.
Hey!
1 success. And 1 failure, I think, right?
2.
He's 2-1.
Oh. Are you 2-1 for or 2-1 against?
Against.
Oh dear. Bye,
2-1
Zormir.
against myself.
Yeah.
You don't know, you can nat 20, although if you roll anything below 10, you die.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the end of your turn, also go ahead and roll me a d20, and let's see at which timeline you're in, because I am tracking stuff on the background.
Okay.
Oh, actually, wait. Zombie, do you have the ability... Does your pluses for enchanted items buff your death saves?
Give me a +1.
Okay.
So
Yes, roll a 9 or less, at least.
It's slightly better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Rings of Protection and Protection, all kinds of +1s do add for death saving throws.
Yeah, he's got the Artificer thing that gives him buffs to all his saves.
I think that's later.
Oh, is that later, Asher?
I do have a +1 because of one of the items I have.
Yeah, you have a protection item.
Hey,
Okay.
you might be at that stage now.
You're just gonna die!
No, that's me staying where I am now.
That's what I mean! You're in a cave!
In a cave, either timeline. It just matters which cave they're in.
Look, there's a chance that if you go into the current timeline, the Yeti revives you. Okay.
Yeah, but just so you can feed his family.
Admit he might be. You gave him food. He might like you.
But
start-
book you
Hey,
before.
saved his
the start
life
of turn.
by doing something before I tried to.
That's what I'm saying. There's a chance he doesn't eat
Yeah,
you.
there's a chance,
You
there's a chance.
rammed a copper rod up his nose into his brain.
I also hold a grudge
Yeah.
against that.
Maybe.
But yes, Fuku, just before the start of your turn, you find yourself hovering or perched, whatever the hell you'd like as a bird, looking over the Colosseum in the past or present.
Mhm.
What would you like to? What would you can't exactly speak, but would you like to do anything before the start of your turn, non-action wise?
Caca.
Yeah, I was like, you bastard.
I mean, yeah, he's still bird form.
If anyone can speak bird, they hear many, many insults flying around. Right?
You're probably also 100 feet beneath the kind of central floating platform where Darkseid's on it, just because you went down to where Lou is.
Yeah.
But it's still like 100 feet above the ground.
Imagine how freaked out someone would be. It's just a giant eagle spawns out of nowhere.
Yeah, just confused bird noises.
That's fair, that's fair. At the start of your turn, you blink back to the future and find yourself in the where you previously were, absent Gwent, but there is a Lou there now.
Okay.
Car.
Yeah, you have your full turn. What would you like to do?
More confused bird noises.
Always a valid option.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck you's gonna drop bird form, and just shout at Lou. What the fuck is going on?
I don't know.
First I'm here, I'm a bird. Then I like disappear, and back where we started, but now I'm back here again. What the fuck? Where are we?
We're in the stadium where we were before, but
Well, we're not in the
there's
stadium because
there's
everything's
been a
destroyed.
temporal portal. More
Oh,
a case of
God.
when, because you've just missed Gwent and Alvina. They just
Alvina came back, I
away.
think, and then just went again.
yes. It's like
Goddamn time bullshit.
yeah, it's quite unstable, but we should be safe enough. But I can't be
Just letting you know.
100%.
Just letting you know, it wasn't me.
I don't believe so. No.
That's oddly specific of somebody who wasn't involved. Why would you say it wasn't you?
It's
There's
fucking
an
gets blamed
admission
for
of
everything.
guilt.
Yeah, because it's just his standard state of being. I don't know what it was, who did it, or anything, but I didn't do it. Even if I did it,
Yeah.
I still didn't do it.
Whereas the
Bart
other
Simpson. Like,
character is aware. Wink.
Yeah.
The character's just sitting going, I don't know what's going on. But everyone keeps asking me, why me?
Why is it my fault? Why is it my
But would you like to do anything before we make you roll your end of turn blink?
Is Gwen there, or have they disappeared again?
Gwen hasn't come
They've
back.
They haven't come back. They don't come back to the start of their turn.
Right.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, depending on how these rolls go, none of you might interact with Gwen.
Gwen,
Other
it turns
than-
out Lou is the fixed point in time. He just is the one in the intermediary because everyone else keeps fucking passing the check. But Lou never rolls above a 3.
Yeah. Let me just double check, see what I've got in my inventory, see if I've got any bag potions. I have 3 potions. I'm gonna give one to Lou and say, look, if Gwent comes back, give him one of these. I'm gonna also hold
I
an
was
action.
about to give Gwent a healing potion and then he just disappeared on me.
Well, fair.
Rude.
Okay, then I'll give me that back thing.
Give it back! Mine!
In that case, I'm gonna hold an action in case I don't time slip back, and will also feed a potion to Gwent when he returns.
Gwen, you're gonna get bashed over the head with a potion. It's like, he's back!
Yeah.
Wham!
2
End
potions
up
choked
flooding
down.
Gwent
Yeah.
with healing potions. Drown them.
Yeah.
How did the horseman die? He drowned on a healing potion.
Also, have you seen Zormir anywhere?
No, I've only seen you and Alvina since Gwent disappeared.
Oh,
So,
17 on the dice.
Welcome back!
And you're gone.
Halfway through the sentence, he fucking
yeah, I
disappeared
was just
again.
about to say that. It's like, fuck's sake, not you, no.
No, it's a fixed point.
He is! We'll find out. He's got his turn.
Maximum time.
Lou, nothing needs to happen before your turn because you've just been here witnessing everyone else. And as Fukyu vanishes and you're just left alone again, what would you like to do? I think you're literally alone right now.
He is!
Hold an action.
Taking it personally.
Hold the action.
Turns out that while everyone of the rest of us is stuck in time, time is stuck with Lou.
Time is the new member of the cult.
I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me.
Your best thing
Yes.
is probably hold an action for
Yeah, I'm
Gwent a
just-
potion.
What would you like to do, Lou?
I'm gonna have like a sort of quick look around to see if I can see anybody else.
You cannot. I think you are literally alone at the end of time.
Then, yes, hey, I'm the Amiga man. Woohoo. I need a doggo now. Oh, minor illusion one.
Just minor illusion of dog.
Well, there goes your old action.
Well, fair enough. You know what? I respect it.
I'll get ready to hold.
You'll get ready to hold action. Hold action next turn.
I will allow
Yeah.
you to do both, only because
Yeah.
it's gonna be fucking funny if you actually roll high for once and disappear.
Yep. Does the dog come with
somehow
him?
Yes.
You
I was
arrive
gonna
to the
say-
task with a dog.
That would be hilarious if he doesn't. So someone just teleports back in. There's just a dog.
You know what? I'm gonna leave absolute. But somehow create a situation in which you don't want to roll high. Quite
Yeah.
fun. All right, Lou. At the end of your turn, having readied a healing potion and illusioned up a dog that may or may not come with you, your choice. If you teleport away, roll me your end of turn blink check, a d20, and let's see.
Yes. He's a fixed point in time.
You are a fixed point in time. That's quite funny.
So
All right.
I just go to my new dog. Like, well, looks like it's just me and you, doggo. Obviously not expecting a response.
If it does respond, that's more concerning.
It would be. That's just an illusion.
It's his illusion of a dog.
Start questioning Lou's sanity at the end of the world.
Yeah,
All right,
see
you
shit.
prepared. Before Gwent's turn, Gwent, how many death saves you on?
I think I'm on one success.
Yeah,
You've actually not had to roll many yet.
I think you're 2-1 down as well.
No, he's not.
Double check.
No, he actually isn't. I think
No,
he's
I
only
was-
on one success.
I was 2-1 down on being evil.
Okay.
I'm one success up.
Yeah, I'm being not dead.
That's good.
Yeah. Because luckily I did not bounce when I hit the ground because people saved me. Not Zormir. Rest in peace, Zormir.
Nowhere. Did Zormir also roll like a 1 or something?
No, Gomez just had the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah, it's just karma.
Gwent just dropped dead.
I've had the chance.
It's
to
just
roll
deserved in Zormir's.
I've had a chance to roll 2 death saving throws, whereas Gwent only had the chance to roll 1.
No, that makes sense. All right. At the start of your turn, before you get teleported back, Gwent, roll me a death saving throw.
Eh!
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, but
Oh.
you're stable.
Here's a question for you. Like,
Got
it
two
doesn't look like it includes the Cloak of Protection save +1. So that would give me an 18. I get up on an 18.
What do you mean you get up on an 18? Just
I
whenever you're
mean, I
revenant.
get back with one. I get back with 1 hit point on an 18.
Is it the Crown of Life by any chance?
It is the Armaments of the Hero.
Ah!
Tier 3. So I'm up with 1 hit point.
As you teleport back into the future at the start of your turn and are suddenly regain consciousness and look around, you catch sight of Lou hurling something at you. Lou, would you like to heal Gwen?
Yes, very much so.
Your held
Yeah,
action
I'll-
trigger goes off.
I will give Gwen. I think it's a greater healing potion. I
Damn.
have.
Yeah, we did buy a bunch, so yeah.
Where am
I believe you guys are tier 3 already.
I?
I didn't know we were at tier 3 for that, to be honest.
Yeah, you're level
I
11.
was at
Yeah.
44 plus.
I thought 12 was tier 3 for some reason.
Oh, that would make a difference if it's not.
No, it is 11. You are tier 3.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't know.
Because otherwise, I'm still down. Funnier, but
It'd be very... It's funny you get back up, you're not actually up. Oh,
16 points, Gwen.
hey.
Ooh, lovely.
It's where we find out if they're still linked. Or if someone's just gonna die.
I guess we find that out on my turn.
Yeah.
Or
But Gwen,
not.
you come back up at the. I mean, you already were back up at the start of your turn, but you come back up at the start of your turn, and then suddenly you also get a nice dose of healing potion. Who's going to complain about that, right?
Shards of
Your
glass
turn.
probably wouldn't be ideal.
Like, what the fuck happened? What?
You would not believe it. We went through a temporal portal, and we're back in the stadium. And Alvina had caught you as you were falling, but you were unconscious at the
Okay.
time.
So where is
but
she?
then Alvina disappeared
Twice.
Wait,
mid-air.
what?
Yes. It's crazy shit.
So it's just me and you?
And my doggo. Point to
Okay.
Why do you have a dog?
I have a dog because Albina disappeared. Then I saw you falling dimension door and grabbed you. Went to give you a healing potion. You disappeared on me. Then fuck you appeared as a bird. Then changed into his usual form. Had a quick word with him about what was going on. And then he disappears as well. So I'm left on my own. I have a new friend. And then you appeared. And
Where's Zormir?
I have no idea where Zormir. I've not seen Zormir for a while. Like before the Battle of the Bands was the last time I seen Zormir.
Okay.
Like,
Can I take a quick look around to see if I can see him?
God, if you actually managed to pass.
Give me a perception check.
ooh,
You are
that's not so
confident
bad.
Zormir
I
is
mean-
not here.
I mean, it's a bad roll for you,
Yeah,
but
for Gwen, that's terrible. For anyone else,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Whoa. Okay. So we keep jumping in and out of time.
some of us seem to.
There's no reason to believe he has been.
I haven't. So, nah,
Weird sorcerer stuff, probably, right?
it's weird magic shit that's above my
Pay grade.
expertise.
This is
Okay.
my sorcerer's
This is-
expertise.
I think this is god level magic shit.
Bastards.
But yes, Gwen, would
Okay.
you like to do anything with your action or anything before we get towards the end of your turn?
I'm going to cast Beacon of Hope just in case I get time slipped. If I end up somewhere within 30 foot of Zormir, he would get advantage on death saving throws. Or get better healing, if somebody can give it to him.
All right.
Since I don't know if I'm going to disappear or not.
Yep. At the end of your turn, go ahead and roll me a d20.
I give Gwen a chain so he can like, chain himself to something.
I'm sure the magic will care about that.
Hey, welcome to the club, Gwen.
All right, Lou, as you're talking with Gwen and helping chain them up to something, they disappear.
Blue is a fixed point in time.
He just falls to his knees. It's like, and puts his head in his hands. Shakes his head.
Blue's having a mental breakdown.
Alvina, before the start of your turn, you find yourself hovering in mid-air, the foothold beneath you no longer present in the past.
Why? You literally hear it. Everyone just hears that. Just why?
You see several faces now leaning over various platforms, looking down and about, trying to figure out what the fuck's been going on beneath them. As I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw as you plummet 100 feet down. Or 80 feet down.
Double 19.
19. You do an impressive series of acrobatics that is able to land you safely without taking any fall damage.
And she sticks the landing.
And as you stick the landing and begin basking in the imaginary praise, you find yourself snapped back to the future.
Son of a
Back on the ground again.
bitch! Is what Lou just hears.
It's like, what? Alvina, you're back. Where the fuck you go?
back again, I guess.
I'll say you, because
Wow.
it's such a high score, you managed to land only like 30 feet beneath where you were, so you're still a good like 50 up.
God. Gonna just boing up to next to Lewis. Where did you get that dog?
It's my new friend I created. Everybody kept disappearing. So I was all alone.
I needed something stable in my life.
And Gwen
This is why I
appeared.
joined a cult.
I passed Lou a ration. It's like, here you go, buddy. He'll help.
Thank you. We were
Then
trying to
blanket
hold
of
back
existence.
tears. Don't leave me, Alvina.
I probably will at this point, honestly. So, have you seen anyone else? Is everyone else okay?
Gwen came.
Is he alive?
Gwen... Yes, I give him a healing potion.
Hey!
He's still a bit rough, but he's a lot better than he was.
Okay, have you seen fuck you? You're still a bird, probably, right?
Yeah, I have seen him.
He
He
came back and then swore at me.
I seen him fuck you as the bird, and then he changed into his usual goblin self.
Okay.
Told him what was roughly happening. I've just got the gist of it. Was talking to him, and then he fucking disappeared on me as well.
Okay.
So, fuck knows where he is. Then Gwent appeared.
Have you seen the point?
No. And no, I don't know where Zormir is either.
Okay, that was my next question, so good.
He keeps asking me that, so...
Right, well, there's lava, giant purple claw marks in the sky. We probably shouldn't be in here anymore because, I'm gonna be honest, I just fell like 100 feet. When I got back to the other place. So, I'm assuming you're not going anywhere, right?
No.
Okay.
I just came in here and I've never left.
Magic weird, I'm gonna assume. You're a magic person, I don't get it. I assume because Gwent, if she said Gwent came, like, teleported on his own, then I bet the point did it. This is probably the point. He was weird in the other world.
Yeah, he's very weird, and with those wings as well.
Yeah.
It's like, that was unusual even for him.
Yeah, we need to have a talk.
Serious talk with him.
We need to have...
At the end of your turn, Alvina, you do not need to roll a d20.
Hey!
As we head to Zormir's turn.
Who stands there waiting with bated breath?
Yeah, Alvina's assuming
Alvina
she's gonna teleport
disappears.
away. She's not!
And I don't have a map for this because this is a mini improvised scene. So use your imagination, if you would, as Zormir. You wake blissfully to your own surprise. Your head, no doubt, ringing. Your body aching. Something fierce.
Something's broken. Something's broken.
As you open your eyes, and what position would you like to be in? Would you like to be looking up the ceiling? Do you want to see what's like directly in front of you, directly behind you?
Face
They're all
down.
interesting. So
Face
which
down
would
in
you
the
like?
dirt. Face down.
Bedded 3 feet in the ground.
Probably lying on my back with my shield system on top of me, because that was probably what.
Good, that's good.
Fucking death pose. Spartan.
You
death
see the
pose.
backside of your shield, pinging it above you. Obviously, it pulled tight towards you, so a lot of the natural cavern lights are dimmed to even a darker hue now. You're not quite in pitch black because there is still some glowing crystals and luminous moss about, but it is still considered dim lighting.
Alright.
You're in what appears to be a quiet segment of a cavern or a tunnel. You can feel kind of small rocks jutting into your armor beneath you, and there is a warm, stale air filled with an earthy tone to it. you definitely appear to be back in the and there's that hue, the dark blue glow that you associate with the Crown Mountains in which Bastion is set.
Mm-hmm.
As you're staying there, firmly letting your senses return to you, are you focusing internally on looking for any damages or any like sharp pains, or are you immediately focusing on your exterior, looking for any signs of danger to you?
Running system diagnostics.
Which is your preference?
Looking for external dangers and just internalizing any pains and aches as I start to try to sit up. Go, ow!
As you listen externally and you start slowly removing your shield, you hear the unmistakable gasps. There we go. Gasps of several entities, very humanoid gasps, about 10 feet to your right.
Turns out he's in the cooking pot of a bunch of Yetis, and he just woke up.
Yeah, cutting veg into the pot.
Yeah.
Humanoid looking entities, what do they look like then? Come on.
As you glance to the right, are you doing any jerking motions, or knowing that there's something to your right? Are you slowly looking? Is your action to like immediately jump up and defend yourself? You imagine creatures react differently if there's like a sudden movement. They might see it as hostile and attack you, but also you might just be that kind of guy of wanting to get straight into defense.
I basically look. I'll move my eyes to that side, but I won't like dart
Okay,
up.
slow and steady. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. So to not startle, that's fine. As you kind of slowly position yourself, so you can see to the side between your shield and your raised arm. You catch the unmistakable image, even in dim light, of what appears to be 5 adolescent Yetis of differing heights and ages. All 5 of them looking at you with a mixture of emotions that I'm going to need an insight check to truly capture.
Okay.
I told you.
Yep. Our lunch just stood up. Oh, it's a Yeti.
You at least know they are not hostile
Yet.
expressions, but there looks to
They've got a
be
good poker face.
3 or 4 different kind of emotions overlapping each other and mixing together. You aren't quite able to separate into their components apart, only that they look definitely startled or wary of you.
At least two of them are drooling.
No, there's no drooling. They look like children that have just seen something they can't quite explain. And you notice, even
Go
with
poke
your
him with a
9,
stick.
you notice the more obvious one, kind of glancing. One of the younger ones, he looks like he'd be equivalent of like a Yeti 5-year-old, like hanging out
Aw.
with his older siblings. Glancing between. This one has a slightly more like amazed expression. No fear on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Looking between you and behind you.
Christ, my Yeti friend's behind me, isn't he?
No, the way you're kind of positioned, you've positioned yourself so that you can just kind of glance out right, but you'd have to almost like half shift your body and roll over to see behind you,
And
which
Now,
would require
maybe
a
see the
bit more
reflection in
movement.
his shield.
It's not that shiny.
I don't know where you
how
guys,
shiny his shield is.
especially not the underside of it, which will be padded.
I'm gonna staggeredly stand up because I'm probably still feeling really battered
Oh,
and
yeah.
bruised.
You've got technically
turn.
0 hit points, if theory is
Yeah.
correct.
Yes.
So
And turn to the other side. I want to see if it's the one with the rod jammed in there.
face.
As you do so, I'm gonna need a probably strength-based acrobatics to see how well you manage to get yourself up without appearing dangerous.
That once breaks a rib,
Give me a strength
screams out, and they think it's a roar of anger.
We'll add any proficiencies if you're
It's a war
proficient
cry.
with acrobatics.
No, I'm not proficient acrobat.
Then this will just be a flat strength check.
You're good at strength, right? It's above a 10. Could be worse.
You definitely hear some shuffling back as they seem to be retreating a good like 5-10 feet away from you. Not running away just yet, but definitely very wary. You get a sense of a little hint of fear from them, almost like they're treating you like a wild animal, or like an animal of unknown danger. But
cow.
you manage to get yourself up without causing too much commotion. You don't like fill your arms and terrify them off. And as you get up and glance behind you, you don't come face to face with another Yeti, but you come face to face with what appears to be a beautifully sculpted 10-foot tall stone statue of yourself.
What the
Yes.
hell?
Before you describe the statue, I was thinking of Return of the Jedi. The Ewoks find 3
It's an
He's a
Ewok!
god! 3 feels the Ewoks god. That's Zormir and the Yetis.
When someone
The
asks, "Are you a
statue.
god?" You say,
You say yes.
Yeah.
I think we've actually had that situation happen in this campaign earlier on, actually, already.
This has already been a conversation.
What the hell?
Very good.
It's quite a
sculpt.
heroically like struck pose. And one of your arms obviously has got your shield on it, but the other appears to be slightly outreached with what it can only be described as a massive honking fish.
I told you.
How do you know? How do you know the fish is honking?
'Cause it's that big.
It says honking on it.
It's got sound effects.
That's
on
what
it.
it says
Yeah.
on the plaque.
There is a plaque written in
Yeti.
presumably an unknown language to you, unless you could read all languages.
No.
Can you read Yeti? You need to do an extra course in Yeti, so mate.
Celestial Common Deep Speech. That's only
Dummy's
3.
Guide to Speaking Yeti.
The statue looks looks in pretty good condition, although you can see that there is a little wear and tear off it. You don't have proficiency with stone masonry or anything, do you?
Uh,
So I know you have a shit ton of tools.
Carpentry, smithing, thieves, tools, and tinker's tools.
Masons.
Yeah, was that mason's tools?
Is it
Smiths and tinkers.
Alright, so
Masons.
no mason. So unfortunately, you don't glean too much information from the statue other than it looks to be in decent enough condition. Like it's not crumbling or in ruins or anything. But there is obviously some words in Yeti beneath it. It is you in a heroic pose, towering over yourself, and you have these startled children just behind you now, backing a good 20 feet away from you. What would you like to do with the remaining of your turn?
With the remaining of my turns, turn and sort of look around. Kind of a bewildered. Pointing at the statue. Huh? Why?
So I have absolute confidence that the Yeti children have no idea what the fuck you're wailing about.
It's what they hear, don't they?
Like,
But you just and give me a nature check to see if you recognize this area. You were pretty drunk the last time you came through it.
Ooh.
Nope.
Yeah.
This is a foreign tunnel to you. You've never seen this tunnel before. You have no idea where you are in relation to Bastion.
Okay.
Well, if that will end your
No
turn.
matter how
you
good
can
of
end
a
your turn there.
cartographer you
I
are.
like that Zome has consistently rolled really low on anything survival or nature based. Zome is very much a shut-in, isn't he?
He's got a
There's
+3 as
urban
well.
inspector.
He builds the things to travel. He doesn't make the travel himself other than
No, but he draws
He
the
needs to
damn
get more
maps.
I draw maps, which is bad.
Yeah, you draw maps and Alvinus just corrects them when you're asleep. It's like, that's wrong.
No, the maps are
Alvina,
right. They're
fuck
just,
you.
they're right. They're just very. I'm not very good at traveling. I can draw the maps. I'm just not.
You know
very good at
exactly. You,
traveling.
you know the exact topography of the land, but you don't know where it is.
Uh-huh. I'm just drawing the whole landscape whilst you're saying, okay, there's the road there on that bit of the map.
Clearly, the blue is the land.
Am I rolling?
No, you don't roll it. Turn.
Okay.
We've got a couple
we-
of rounds before the next roll, I think.
Yeah. This is the arc gimmick. We're not gonna do this for the entire arc.
This would be brutal if it was the
We're gonna
entire.
do this at conveniently plot relevant times.
Fair. And it was plot relevant to make Lou go and say,
Oh, if this happens in combat and we're still in the city, there's gonna be so many questions if Alvini just teleports in front of some random people while raging and on fire.
And you'll keep doing that until you figure out the plot.
Yep.
I mean, I can think of some very cool uses for it.
Same.
Do all of them
gotta-
relate to burglary?
Yes.
Burglary.
I've got an
Okay.
idea how to maybe stop it, but it's probably in the past.
I have no idea how to stop it.
Fuku, just before the end of your turn, you were teleported back to the past, and you find yourself no longer in
Whatcha?
eagle form, presumably standing on the seating outcrop where you were with Lou and waiting for Gwent. Still 100 feet underneath the main platform, but you can see a couple faces peering down at you. And as you glance up, you do recognize the faces of Darkside and Terragon and Kazar. I can't fucking pronounce it. Why don't I
Kazakh.
I need to give them an easier name. That person.
Yep.
Kind of just staring down at you quizzically from 100 foot above you. What would you like to do before you get teleported back at the start of your turn? You have probably like a short sentence or two if you'd
Yeah.
like.
Fuck you's gonna shout up. We're tired of sniffing. Try figure a way how to stop it. We don't know how far in the future we are. We might be in the past. Probably in the future though.
That's
And
fair.
he's gone.
And then you're gone. And you find yourself back in the present. With Lou and Alvina, because I'm pretty sure Gwent disappeared.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
When
before you
might-
do teleport
when
back,
might be
you
in there?
that's fair. Just before you teleport back, you quickly you as you were like evaporating away, you see Gwent evaporate in, but in too short a period where you're already half corporeal and aren't able to use your reaction, unfortunately.
You
No
can
reactions in
stuff
the
our
past.
potion in there, mate.
just lobs a potion at him.
Through time. someone like next Tuesday is gonna get sidelined by a freaking potion.
It's like that Umbrella Academy meme where Five and Vanya are driving past each other.
Yeah.
I want someone just to go to the past and then there's like just the random janitor that Alvin just scared the crap out of just gets like knocked unconscious by a glass bottle out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's like a
killed him
bottle
the
of
same.
bleach or something.
Hit with a potion and healed at the same time.
You're concussed and then healed.
Yes, Pookie, you find yourself back in the future with Lou and Alvina. What would you like to do?
Hi.
Hey, fuck you, you're back.
Ah,
Yeah.
I
I shouted.
fucking do that.
I don't know. I shouted at Darkside saying that we're likely to be time slipping and to figure out a way to stop it. So we could go to like his office if it's not on fire or something. You might have records there.
That's a long
Can you
way,
actually-
but probably a good idea, right?
Yeah. I mean-
I think it's the best idea we have.
Has anyone else turned
Considering
up
it's
yet?
the only
No, I'm surprised that you teleported in next to me, actually. Because I've been just going.
Is Gwent alive?
Gwent is alive, yes. And then he
No.
disappeared again after me
Right.
healing him.
Have you seen
And then Alvina
Zolmir
popped
on the
in.
point?
Nope.
Nope. Or Zormir.
That's what.
Zolmir the point or Zolmir? Any of the three of them.
I've had a rough day so far.
You have, dude. Eat that chocolate.
While the rest of
point
you,
just appears and just starts dancing, then disappears again.
while the rest of you are conversing, we're gonna skip Lou's turn unless Lou really wants to do something. Because I think the rest of you are just waiting for Gwent to show up.
Yeah.
No, not really.
We go to Gwen, just because it's coming towards the end of the current iteration of time jumping. Gwen, you find yourself conscious back in the past for a couple seconds before you get teleported back. What would you like to do?
Would I still be up in the air?
You were on the platform, I believe.
No, you're in one of the seating stands.
Okay, I'm going to stick my head out to see who I can see, if anybody. Most
Yep,
especially.
you were literally
Dr.
like
Zed.
right next to Fuku a second ago. So as you glance up, you see Darkseid and Tarragon and Karazag staring down at what was Fuku, and then Fuku vanished, and then you suddenly appeared.
Also, the entire hilarious bit would potentially be, because this is like only a couple seconds, there might still be the echoes of Alvina's, "What the fuck?"
So just echoing around the museum.
Oh, son of a...
It's like, what is that noise?
Sounds like
We're
Alvina.
jumping through time. Sky's on fire. Purple slashes.
Lava.
Destroyed Colosseum.
Lava.
Help.
Help!
Lava. Everything. Like, find Zormir. We haven't seen him. Help me.
Help me! Gone.
No, you can see
It's
the
so
picture.
dark.
That
That is so dark.
You have to end with a help me with a question mark.
Help! Boom.
Start of your turn, you return to the future with the rest of your allies, and we can take you all out of initiative there, and I'll just switch between the party and Zormir.
Did you shout at the dog side too?
Yes.
Gwent, you're back.
Hey, Gwent, you're alive!
Wait. How is everybody doing health-wise?
Out of 120, I'm at about 120.
Okay,
I'm
fair enough. Fuck you. Look,
I'm good.
I'm not too bad.
like, how's not too bad? Give me a clue. Do you need a bit of a pick-me-up?
I mean, yeah, I could do with a little bit of healing.
Okay. Because the beacon of what's it is still going, instead of 18, you're going to get. Oh, God, maths. 25.
Oh, thank you. I mean, 15 was all I was needing, but
Mhm.
25 is good.
You
Thank
get
you.
25. Enjoy. Right.
The rest
Can anybody
take
find
care of the emotional damage.
Stormir?
Nope, haven't spotted him. Wait a minute. Oh no.
He was running around drunk, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in a cave with a Yeti.
How do you know that?
What do you mean?
Because he told us he was in a cave with a Yeti.
When did he tell you that? I was a bird.
Like when we met him in the God realm.
Yeah, I was a bird.
Oh, yeah.
You can still understand us as a bird, can't you?
That means
Yeah,
that
but
you think I was
his
paying
little
attention.
brain.
Where are their Yetis? And no more questions. Where are Yetis? Do we know?
Cave. That's all he said. He didn't know who the hell he was. He was hammered.
That
fuck's sake,
narrows it
Zormir.
down.
Okay, right.
Or maybe that mad
Wait.
god got into his head and has really fucked him up.
Also, maybe. Here's the thing, though. Zormir, smart. Usually, right?
Usually, yes.
So,
Fuck, sits down and starts drawing circles on the ground.
good plan. So, Lou, your immediate
Yes.
thought was we should go to where Darkseid's office was, right?
No, that was fuck you.
Was it?
Fuck you's casting scrying. Yeah, that was.
That was your idea. Okay. Really good plan,
Fuck
fuck you.
casting scrying on Zormir.
So, if
I do not resist.
yeah, what do I? So, if Zormir, if you immediately thought we should go there, Zormir is also smart, so he should also probably think we should go there.
Like,
So if we go to
Smarter.
Yeah, but so
As you guys are all having this conversation, Fukyu begins muttering whatever they're seeing in the scrying eye as we switch over to Zormir, as we can all watch as
yay!
Zormir does whatever they're about to do.
What the fuck?
And Fukyu, if they would like, can give an inaccurate commentary over it.
He's not dead.
He's dead.
He's not. He's not dead. He's being cooked, so he might be dead soon.
Okay.
Zormir, you find yourself
What are they
now,
cooking
now
him
with
Persona, then.
these adolescent Yeti standing in front of your statue in a cave you don't recognize or in a tunnel you don't recognize. What would you like to do?
I don't know how I cast Cure Wounds on myself without startling them too much.
Do it behind your back.
Probably with a persuasion check at
It
disadvantage.
probably hurts too much to move like that.
It turns out
I'm
that
gonna try the persuasion check with a disadvantage.
it turns
Go for
out
it.
that these Yetis see
Ooh,
Zormir as the
disadvantage.
devil in their religion.
That would be funny.
That'd be very funny. Well, shit.
Fucking hell.
Whatever you
Another
do seems to put them on edge.
Casting a spell in front of Yetis.
This was to persuade them that what they're about to do is that Zormir is just doing some like incomprehensible charades.
And it just look more and more frightened. Then I'll stop. I won't cast because I'm just like, no, that'll be bad. And
Okay,
I
I'll
just
spin your...
decide against the casting this spell and just I have no rations, I have no nothing, I just kinda I will take a seat and basically try to observe them and try and figure out what's going on, what's my next action, and if they start speaking, try to pick up on the words that they're saying. I'm basically trying to brute force learning yay.
Yeah, because that's how that works. I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
As you do so, they are kind of subtly trying to mutter under their voice, not particularly that subtle. You can easily hear out the words. Unfortunately, they are incomprehensible to you. But you pay attention to the cadences and the notes, so that maybe in a couple of weeks living with them, you might understand it. But we'll get to that point in the future. As they all kind of like slowly gather and shove the second tallest of them forward. He appears to be a little broader than the rest of them. Clearly the oldest male in the group. As they kind of like shove them forward 5 feet towards you. Clearly electing an ambassador for the group.
Yeti ambassador.
Yeah.
As this one kind of, you see them almost like puff out their chest a little bit, but walk forward on quivering knees. As they are very clearly trying to hide any fear and put on this almost macho look, as they almost swagger forward a little bit. And in this growling, what can only be described as Wookiee-esque language, begins conversing with you in a short dialogue.
I'm gonna try and incite the intent of the words.
Right, go ahead and give me an insight check. This one is also going to be a disadvantage because you don't understand the
It's
language.
you, Nat 1.
Nat 20 it.
Oh.
He did not 20 it,
bad.
technically.
There's nothing particularly
Yeah.
hostile about what they're doing. There's definitely elements of fear in the body language, the quivering knees, the slight shakiness, but also a deliberate kind of facade of a braveness, but also like a twinkle of curiosity in the back of their eyes. And you get the impression that they're asking you, what or who are you? What do you want?
Uh, I guess I basically point at them and beat against my chest, sort of indicating that's me, apparently.
Put in the statue and click bang your chest.
And
And
then sort of gesture in a way of how I perceive it, and you are.
the taller male kind of takes the waits for you to finish, and you can see there's hints of confusion in their faces as he's kind of squinting his eyes, trying to understand whatever the hell you're saying, and turns back. Doesn't actually turn his back. Half turns, kind of like walks half backwards, still keeping a corner eye on you.
Back away
As they-
slowly.
as he confers with the rest of his group, and you can see they've got these very simple, almost cavemen like outfits on. They've got strips of cloth tied around them, clearly like a couple slightly looser to like hold items and stuff in it, as they start rummaging, or the equivalent of Yeti rummaging through their pockets, and come away.
Even though they're dressed like that, I still imagine them going, I say, this some rugabouts.
That I've had an orc do that. Like the orc language was just bellowing essentially, and you just spoke very properly when you actually understood orcish.
I say, old fella, what is?
I say, old chap, how do you do? So, by the way, I've just found the Yeti Chadwalk, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that.
But as the leader, the ambassador of the little group returned, you can see that they are cradling what appears to be several pocket junk items. As they slowly approach you very hesitantly, and like 10 foot before you, gently place the pocket trash on the ground before you, and slowly start backing away and starting to straighten.
Mm-hmm.
It's an
As
offering.
you glance over, you can notice there appears to be a half gnawed, what can only be described as like a fish skeleton, a half eaten block of cheese,
Okay.
Quite pressing.
what looks to be a very beautifully smooth rock.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Hey, Charisma Rock survives.
No, this is Wisdom Rock. This is Wisdom Rock.
Wisdom Rock.
yeah, you guys still have Charisma Rock, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, fuck.
I don't know who has it, but someone has.
Fuck you, Hez. I'm sure.
I'm sure it's in the bag of holding.
It was either fuck you or assassin that had it last.
Yeah.
And what appears to be strips of like a bark-like substance, but wrapped in some form of leafy strand.
Mm. Okay.
But that is what is placed in front of you.
Gonna be honest, Alvina would be very happy we've offered this. Like, weirdly enough.
You got any more?
She just eats the lot, including the
this is
rock.
gonna-
Inside once more.
This is going to be very awkward because...
Going to be? Going to be?
No, because currently I've got my helmet up, so when I put the helmet down to try and eat this, is going to be like, is that a hostile action there? What's going on?
His head's exploding. They're just gonna leave.
Thank you. And sort of move forward to try and. Well, I might at least get a short rest after this, at least. Oh God.
If you
Ow.
survive.
I'm guessing I've still got all the wounds inflicted upon me from the god.
Yes, you do.
And wondering why I'm still not dead, because I clearly feel the fact that I blacked out and I've got back up some reason.
I mean, you might not be sure that what happened with the gods actually happened.
Yeah, it might have been a hallucination, actually, because you were just in a cave in.
Yeah, you were drunk in a cave in, and then you saw gods.
And then you woke up in front of a statue of yourself with Yetis. You might still think you're dreaming, actually.
Like, I've got one hell of a fucking hangover. Like, and this is why Alvina doesn't drink.
I will. Whichever looks the most edible, or I want to look at the plant and see if I think it's medicinal. I don't. I've not.
Be a
Eat the
nature
Yeti
check.
cheese. Eat the
let's
Yeti
go.
cheese.
Give it a nice nature check.
To be fair, cheese, if left long enough, is technically medicinal. Usually poisonously medicinal, but you're still medicinal.
Hey, it's penicillin.
Yeah, and several other types of fungus.
Yeah, that just means like it's mushroom flavored penicillin.
Chris, did you say anything about checking the herbs?
It was nature check.
Nature check.
Yeah,
Okay,
you want to know about the nature? Make me a nature check.
Okay.
Now you know! Now you get a nature check!
Okay.
God damn it.
Interesting.
Damn it, Bob!
reason
He is from.
Alvina uses this in breakfast, actually.
Or I've came across it and it's been shoved in my face in battle or something for it to heal me.
Just throwing random plants at you.
It's Emmy.
It's Emmy.
Let's see.
It just is Emmy. Oh my god.
Alright, one second. Do you have to do some quick research? Okay.
You're like, what the
yeah.
fuck did I give it?
Well, I already knew. I knew it is because it's a pun, or at least a joke answer. But I needed to check if it had medicinal properties, and apparently it does. So as you look down, first of all, the cheese appears to be some variation of goat-like cheese, or it seems to be in the similar family of goat cheese.
Badger goat cheese!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's badger goat cheese. But as you're looking at the plant, it appears to be, and you immediately recognize this because I don't know, Alvina really likes using this herb.
Yeah.
It is thyme,
Oh, cheese time, nice, yeah.
and you know it. The DM. DM has a lot of fun in the background.
I approve, I approve.
It apparently has antitoxin and anti-inflammatory and antioplastic actions to it.
It's actually really good for you, yeah.
Known for its antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, antiseptic activities.
Yeah.
So it's highly medicinal, apparently.
It's how you grow big and strong.
It appears to be wrapped around. One sec, I just have an answer for the type of. It looks to be wrapped around bark, but it particularly looks to be something in a similar family to. I think it was birch. Yeah.
Aspirin.
Oh no, it's pine because I wanted it to be chunkier. Birch has slightly more needle-like clusters. This one's more.
Oh no, aspirin's made out of
Rectangular.
willow bark.
But it looks to be a tree in a similar family to pine.
It makes sense, it's sticky. Then.
They've just given you a pine cone.
It's a pine cone wrapped in a spicy but still sweet, savory clove-like flavor. It's not just looking at what does thyme taste like. I don't know what you mean.
I've had a lot of time,
So
actually,
you're
it's good.
vegan.
I will.
Zombie's not vegan, he's a herbivore. There's a difference.
I will.
Ah,
Cheese.
He's a cow.
Pescatarian.
He's a
Cheese
cow.
The cheese and
Yeah, that's why he's
pine.
vegan. 'Cause
Yeah, you
this
can
is
have a
what
nice
he
little cheese and crackers there.
Yep.
With time.
Yeah. I'll use the thyme and the cheese. And
Eat the fish. Don't clear your plate.
the fish. Does the fish
It's a skeleton.
It's a fish skeleton, but it looks like somebody's been gnawing on it.
You can do what like they did in the cartoons, just like, stick it in the mouth and pull it out. All the rest of the fish is gone.
I mean, you're putting it in as a skeleton taken out because it's already been eaten.
I thought
Yeah.
it was like half.
No, it's a fully full skeleton
full
fish with
skeleton.
gnaw mark.
Okay, you got
I'll take-
toothpicks.
I'll actually keep the bones of this. I'll grind the bones.
Why?
I will, I'll take
He
the
doesn't want to
calcium.
offend them.
I'll take the
It
calcium
should be commented that as a reminder for everyone, Zormir was teleporting back and forth while unconscious and has no idea they're in a different timeline.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm very aware of this. Zombie's
Oh,
not
that's-
entirely.
That's why they made a statue.
That's
because
what I'm
he's
assuming.
disappearing.
That or
He's
for
the one who
another reason.
saved their ancestor's life,
Yeah,
right?
possibly.
It was probably
Who knows? Who
Granddad.
knows?
He could be
Ow.
still alive, that Yeti, actually. We don't know how
Apparently
far
they
we are.
lived to 200.
Yeah, they're quite old. We might be like a week in the. We might be like the next day. We don't know how far we are in the future or past.
It's
Long
later
enough
on
for
that
them to
night.
carve a statue.
Yeah, the next day, the Yetis. That'd be really good at stonemasonry. You don't know.
But yes, Bob, was there anything else you wanted to do? For your turn?
grind the powder and basically use have a pouch of calcium for just in case.
snort
it's
that
gonna be-
calcium.
You in case you want to pull a train very quickly.
It's- I'm keeping it for an ingredient, anything of useful, because it might be used in a spell or something. I know
You do that. The 10 minutes of the scry ends about now, and you continue doing that as we switch back to the other left of the party. Fukir, is there any final commentary you'd like to say before we take a short break there?
Just being like,
Yeah, so there's a statue of him. He was given fish bones. He seems okay.
There's a statue.
Maybe
A statue.
So wait, there's a statue of him. He's been given
I
fish.
don't know.
Were the Yetis?
would fuck you know what a Yeti look like?
You could ask what a Yeti looks like. 'Cause I mean, it certainly does. And nat 20 the Yeti check, remember?
Would it be a history or
Nature,
like a
probably,
nature-
right?
It'd be history or nature. You're predominantly from the Eros continent.
Yeah.
They have frozen peaks, so they probably have small clusters as yeah.
mean,
They're probably not
fuck-
that prevalent.
Fuck
There's
you,
a little
seen a
rogue
red-
could
yeah.
ask them what look like.
Fuck you,
'Cause
seen a
Alvina
red
knows
like
them.
ice frog in the mountains. So surely you'd have thought that you'd seen a Yeti. Unless you
True.
looked the wrong way every time they've just appeared.
Yes. It's like
Likes it.
Bigfoot.
You just no, you don't know the Yetis. You just think they're tall, hairy people.
You're also a tier 3 adventurer who spent like 1 to level 8 traveling the cosmos. So yes, you know what a Yeti is within 11.
For those fellas, I'll be to
Oh.
give you a brief description of a Yeti.
Oh yeah, that's what they were.
Ah, okay. They didn't eat him. They offered him a fish skeleton.
Like I said, there's a statue of him there for some reason.
I guess he's their god.
That or they just. Oh wait.
To be honest,
He might
I
be
used.
slipping back. What about if he was slipping back in time as well? Like he was just
Oh.
appearing and disappearing in front of these Yetis.
So they just made a. That maybe makes sense
And
to
they
me.
built a statue?
I don't know. I just
Hey.
told you what I saw.
Hey, if I know, Yetis are very, very well known for giving you people gifts. One moment, what was the name of the Yeti that I used to know?
Yes, give me. Oh.
I got his name.
Dave now.
I've got his name somewhere.
Dave-
Kragunk used to give me presents all the time from his adventures, so this is just normal. It means they like him.
But at least we know it's safe.
Does Scrying tell me roughly
not
where
dead.
they are as well? I can't remember.
I don't think
Same
so. It
plane
just
of
shows you the
existence, I
location.
think.
Yeah, I think the idea is that you recognize like the location when you're looking at it, but as you look here, you just see a cavern. You have no fucking idea.
He's
what's
in
happening.
a cave.
I've just thought of something. The stone statue is actually their version of carbonite. It's actually Zormia.
Oh, Alvina, can you do your talk to nature thing and look into caverns? Wouldn't that help?
This is actually a big enough cavern that I don't think the limit would be affected, really. Because normally, it's Commune with Nature's got a limit in caves. But I've got a feeling that this might be a big enough cave that it doesn't matter as much.
Does contain a city district in it.
Yeah. Where is it? Spirit Seeker.
Community nature.
But yes, unfortunately, you don't know where Zormir is based on the scrying itself.
Mhm.
Not that one. It's a later one. Where is it?
Hey, it's a pity you didn't have Randy.
Or
Spirit
locate
Walk, there it
nature.
is. Can be with nature, but only as a ritual. Spirit of vision, the animal choose to. Okay, yeah. I think I can do it here, so I'll spend the 10 minutes going. All right. But yeah, we should definitely go to Darkside's.
I mean, that's it.
Well,
Seems
let's-
like the logical place, since we shouted at him.
Yeah.
Don't know about the rest of them, but Lou still has the badge tracker thing.
I have
we
it.
were given.
I have it still.
Oh yeah, fuck yous is still in his ear.
Yeah, he's impaled with it. Alvina's got it in her hair. So. Okay, let's get
I got
communication.
on my robes.
The sensible place.
Yeah, I'm reasonably.
Do we know
sensible.
how far in the future this is? Can we try and work that out
Ah!
as we're walking?
Never mind! This spell does not function where nature has been replaced by construction such as dungeons or towns. I cannot use it.
Okay,
so we
then
need to
we
go a
wait
bit
for
further
long
out.
rest. I can use commune with city.
Wait, what? You
Do you
can
actually
talk-
have
But
that?
I need to have a sleep first.
Well, let's get to not the middle of a giant hole-filled coliseum surrounded by lava. Let's get to the big building.
Yes, and as you start setting up for your journey, that is where we're going to take a quick 5-minute break so the DM can go refresh water and everything. All
Yeah.
right.
So
See you in
Zomi,
5.
yeah. So Zomi, you've already survived longer than I expected.
Yeah. And if
Somehow.
Yeah, good going.
and if you had Randy, he has find the path. He can
always
find
go-
me.
Yeah, it always confuses me.
But
why
it would
it's
mean
like-
we'd need Vandy with us. So, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
pluses and minuses.
Yeah. I mean, he still might be wandering around the city. We don't know.
Yeah, he's looking for Zormir.
Oh, no,
All the same.
Oh, do you think he's Wally in somewhere? He's
no,
collecting all the rubbish.
Find the path wouldn't work. He needs to be familiar with where the fuck you are to be able to do that.
And if he tells me first about the scrying and the location,
Yeah, it's you have to
It's
name
a
the
cave.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a cave doesn't.
A
really
cave
matter.
isn't enough. It specifically says you are familiar with on the same plane of existence, which I'm assuming a
Um,
random cave which you don't know where you are.
Probably not been in.
Mm.
he's probably been wandering for a while.
He's on the.
His
We
GPS
leave him
is
on the
broken.
ship. We leave him on the ship. Most of
Well,
the
if he's not come back in years,
Yeah,
That's
he's
the
a
thing, we
robot.
don't know
Why
how
would
long
he leave?
He was
I mean,
programmed
he might
to
have
wake
taken.
you up.
Yeah, he might have just taken the ship and just buggered off on his own
He
adventures.
might have.
Yeah, because he knows the
Oh,
code.
I'm going to come back and there's going to be like weird things happen to the ship because Randy's fucked it up.
Randy's done more to it and added more stuff to it.
Oh,
He's
no.
got-
Oh god, no, no.
He's got more tool professions than me.
I just had a thought.
Alchemy supplies carpentry, herbalism, kits, navigation tools, smithing tools, water vehicles.
The fuck?
I just had a
That's
thought.
Randy. He's got all of them.
Go on now.
Go on.
He's up now.
And I mean this with no offense.
There's a fence.
But what if this was the work of Alvina's kids? It's been that
No,
long.
they can't do time shit. They can't. I was literally out of the brief of it. Could they? They don't do time shit. We're fine.
They're tearing the place
Dragons.
apart to try
The,
and
the
find
rest of
Mom.
it. The rest of it. That might be there.
Where'd Mum go? We must
Yeah.
tear this
Bye,
place apart to find
Mama.
Mum.
Bye, Mama.
I mean the destruction, because, you know, big purple...
No, they can't do the purple shit. They can do the lava and the massive craters and the cracks in the buildings. They can't do the time shit.
Yeah, that's the shit
You,
I was meaning.
when you met them, who knows now?
That's not a
We
dragon
don't know
thing.
how far in the future we are.
No, Alvina knows
Yeah,
that's
that's
not
what
a
I'm
dragon
saying.
thing. That's what Alvina's like. That's not a dragon thing.
Just, like,
That's something else.
Finally, we found
Yeah.
everybody. Here's your pet dragon's back.
Alvina walks out and is suddenly surrounded by like 5 very happy ancient dragons.
If the wrong person has found these dragons and it's been a sufficient enough time, then you know they could have been
Nah.
given a lot of shit that they shouldn't be able to do, but can.
You think Randy's a good influence on them?
No.
No.
I also think they wouldn't listen to him because he's a vegetable.
Well, part
I
of
reckon
it.
Randy's been chewed on at least twice.
I think he's missing several
Back in the
limbs because of.
He just grows them back.
Yeah, but the
Oh,
metal
that's
doesn't
even
grow.
worse. That's a chew toy. There's an end.
Yeah. Also, does he grow back from incineration? These are red dragons. They've already tried to kill fuck you once with fire breath.
It's okay. I've got the rest of the people who were stuck on the ship to help me. I've got the werewolf man and the
Yeah, do you think they're gonna go in the red dragon route?
the vampire will go in there easy enough.
Why?
With enough
He
to
said we were
coerce-
insane to have the red dragons, and he's not dealing with it.
with a bit coercion,
Who's gonna coerce him?
Randy.
He's being eaten by dragons.
That's why he's coercing other people to do the task for him. He's like, nope, not going in there no more.
Oh dear. I assumed he wouldn't get out, honestly. I assumed the dragons were all gonna just keep chomping. Do you reckon he might actually just die?
He wouldn't go that far in. And plus,
Well, baby red dragons like CR5 creatures, I think.
And there's how many of them? 4,
6, I think.
I mean, some would argue 5 too many.
There's 5 of them. 5v1, and my money's on the baby dragons. They hit hard.
I mean, my money's on anything versus Randy. But that's a personal choice.
That's fair.
Alright, I have returned.
We're discussing the fact that Randy has possibly been pulled apart and used as a chew toy by children.
man, I could just send animal messengers in. Please don't eat me.
Send help! Being eaten by dragons! And they went, well, let's lock the door and...
Like, file that under not my problem, so cha.
File that under, they've gone
No.
feral, wait for them to starve to death.
I send the animal messenger in, and when they die, I animate dead, and then just have the undead thing. talk.
I think animal messengers disappear after they've been killed. I don't think they're technically an actual animal.
Or then I'll just have to find something dead and animate it, and then send it in and go, have a word with them. They're less likely to eat you.
Why? They
I
eat,
mean, the second or third one, maybe.
they eat anything.
They got to test them.
When they've fallen asleep, they'll have not eaten it.
I'll write something on the ground. Wait, yeah, he speaks Draconic.
I'm most
He'll
of the
write
way.
something in Draconic.
I'm most of the way through speaking
No,
Draconic.
Draconic, sorry. He'll write something.
I've
he'll write
I have been 6 out of 10 weeks into learning Draconic for like 3 months now.
Yep. You might learn it at some point.
I'll get
Like
there.
I might learn fucking survival. I'll learn survival because of brute fucking stupidity.
Even if it kills me.
Even if it kills me.
Because I keep on doing survival stuff.
And failing miserably.
Eventually I'll learn how to do it because of the failure. I'll fail up the way eventually.
You roll enough failures, you'll eventually get one success.
Exactly.
Yeah, just look at all those nature checks.
Yeah, you failed like 15 in a row and then got one nat 20.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we're ready to
Two
go.
wrongs don't make a right.
Zome's luck. He says like 25 wrongs make a right.
Anyway.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Everyone back?
Believe so?
Nope.
Alrighty then. So, before we left off the break, our adventurers were getting ready to adventure out into this destroyed nest, one of Bastion's city quarters. You managed to, with caution and expertise, make your way out of the destroyed Colosseum and into the ruined streets and buildings of the larger nest at large. You can see pockets of what appear to be kind of caved-in segments of cave that are fringed with what almost looks like blast powder around the craters, as if detonations have gone on and destroyed entire areas of the city. Almost looks like a war-torn zone as you make your way through the area. You said you were heading towards the former headquarters.
Sides, yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
taking the rightmost bridge over the lava and going straight north, or would you like to take an alternative route?
I will look at the bridge first. Does it
Whichever seems
look
to be the safest.
Does it look stable or full of any enemies? Or anything? Anything alive or
It's a good
moving?
point.
Oh yes, now you mention it. As you look at it, it's just filled with like several different monstrosities. No, but ooh, what would this be? Give me this is kind of an architecture check.
Probably something I'm not proficient in.
Ability check of nature.
Give me an intelligence survival.
Oh Jesus!
That's fair, that's still
Guidance.
proficient. That still adds.
I'm
Okay.
throwing guidance at you.
Okay.
But it requires a little bit more kind of
Yeah.
background knowledge to determine how stable this bridge is compared to the nature checks by themselves. Or survival
Okay.
checks by themselves. So
So this is a plus.
intelligence plus proficiency if you have proficiency
Two.
with
I do.
survival.
It's a +2. So we've got guidance. So I'll roll a d20 +2 plus 1d4. Thank you for the guidance. It really helped.
As you examine the bridge at the edge, it definitely has seen much better days. You can see there's a lot of rust and decay to the bridge itself. The kind of the heat rising off the lava and the steam has been slowly corrosing the bottom of the bridge away, slowly eating into it so that it's only half of its former glory. It still looks relatively stable. You don't think it could sustain massive amounts of weight, but if your
Fuck, he
party
turns into
travels,
a bird. Lou
if
and
your
Alvina gets
or-
on top of Gwen.
if your party travels dispersed along it, you think it will hold absolutely fine without any particular risk to it. But it's something to be aware of if any large creatures come into it, or if you group up onto it and there's any sort of vicious activity on it.
Okay, we've got two options. Either for the next, say, 8 minutes. Actually, no, wait, no, it would have worn off. Damn it, too late because we did the scry.
Yeah, it's been over 10 minutes now.
So my boon is no longer active, which would have meant I can just carry the entire party across the lava.
Giving myself some more health before we start anything stupid.
Now remember, the lava is in these little valley craters, so you'd have to carry them down into lava and then back up over the lava.
Yeah.
There's about, I think, a 20-30 feet is normally where the height is, and it's probably got a little deeper since then, so you're probably looking at like a 50 to maybe 100 depth river.
She can swim it. With Peerless Athlete,
How
I
long
think
is
she'd
the
have-
bridge?
Big.
It's probably every square is probably about 30 feet because it's city proportion, so this is like a 100-foot spanning bridge.
Gwent, she's gonna make it in a
I'm just gonna-
turn.
I'm going to
That
pick
sounds
it over then, yeah.
To be honest, Gwent can get it in a turn. I can almost get the full distance in a turn.
In that case, fuck, he's gonna sit on Gwen's back.
Good shout.
Excuse me.
What?
Would you like to ask first?
Ask what?
You just mounted me. At least you could
Yeah.
buy me a drink.
I mean, gives him a copper.
Yeah, you threw a healing. He threw a healing potion at you.
Like, yeah, but it's hit Sunday next Thursday.
Yeah. I think I'll. Luke, you okay with being carried?
I kind of thought of the question from.
If Gwen doesn't mind.
No, I'll carry you.
Yeah, alright.
I'm already gone, man.
If you don't mind, Alvina.
Yeah, sure. Let's get you across a bit quicker. Basically, Alvina runs to
Yeah.
like 10 feet from the edge and just yeet, yeet Lou the rest of the distance.
Whoa.
As we're going along. So, do we think points stuck in the past or what?
Knowing the point, he's probably literally found some like interdimensional time being, and he's having a rock concert with them.
Because if we
Yeah,
want, I can
or-
see if I can try scry on him, see if he's here. But now,
But
put me out
knowing
of
the
all my
point-
high level spells.
Let's
Do we
let's
actually
see
know the
what
point?
we know. The point. He's weird, but he's still the point.
Questionable things.
No, we have to have a talk with him, mostly about his propensity for causing the most random havoc to happen completely inadvertently. We need to
Causing the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Accidentally.
twice in the past day.
An intervention.
Many
is needed.
paladins.
We need to have a talk about his propensity to giving up power more than anything else, honest.
Yes.
And
You'll see a bar.
Yeah, to buy a drink.
I've got a copper coin. It's fine.
As you're continuing your way through the city,
You get a glass of water.
you notice the giant crater just to your right that seems to have taken out an entire section of the commercial district.
actually, taking a look
would-
at it, because of what Lou mentioned earlier, which is a theory here for Chris, does it look like this crater was created by a dragon?
Ooh, give me either a nature or arcana check.
Okay, I'm not good at either of those. Can I get advantage because dragon?
No.
Could Luke
Okay.
help?
Luke can give me their own arcana or nature check if they would like.
Would it be the area where Fabio's shop was?
Oh no.
Might have been dragon.
Our district.
No, Fabio was back in
That was
Shadow
way
Cove
over
district.
west.
Ah,
Yeah,
thank
you
God.
guys are currently in the Nest district, which is the central district of
I
the
just saw the
Ashland.
two and was like, oh fuck, that can't be right.
Alvina, you are absolutely sure this is not a dragon crater.
Yay.
It's too uniform
That's fair.
in its like multi-dimensional facet way.
Yep.
Lou, however, as you're passing it, you notice that there is very faint and old, but as you kind of creep down to keep an eye on it, there definitely looks to be arcane scorch marks, similar to what you kind of see when you're doing Eldred's blasts. It looks like this is some form of arcane detonation that's gone off in this little pocket of area. These look to be made by arcane bombs.
So Lou will like have a scan of it and say like, "Oh shit! This looks like there's been some arcane bomb placed here, and a while ago by the looks of it."
Yeah. Told you it wasn't dragon, though. Doesn't look anything like a dragon.
No.
It'd be far more havoc-ridden, honestly, for a dragon.
Any other information, Lou, you would require some sort of alchemical analysis using an alchemy set.
Yeah, I don't have either.
I mean, I assume not, since an alchemy set is like a room-sized set of equipment.
It's a lab.
Yeah, but even like the alchemy tools, I don't
Yep.
have them.
Okay.
You do gain that information as you continue further northwards towards what appears to be the largest of the central explosions that has taken out the entire market central.
I'm just looking out for clues to what time it could be, like what date. You know, the old newspaper rolling down the street, that kind of
The
stuff.
classic apocalyptic newspaper.
Yeah.
It just lands at your feet.
It's like, oh my god, it's tomorrow.
And it also occurs to
No, it's the day after tomorrow.
Dun dun dun.
No, it wasn't a storm. It's the day after tomorrow.
since the central one actually
It's like the snow melted.
burst down into the central train station. This would actually go down into the lava pit as well.
Oh, okay.
Because the central plateau you're on is actually carved out in this top section, which has the grand train station that connects all the railways to the different quarters.
Hmm.
It would have filled with lava because the lava's on the train tracks that then go into the station.
Makes sense.
So there you go. There's a little bit of lava at the central of that hole. There's a little like kind of sliding downwards edge to it, and then once it's broken through the ceiling of the station, there is just a drop into the lava pool beneath.
Right.
That's not good.
No.
But Gwent, go ahead and give me a perception check as you are looking out for any signs of time.
Newspapers.
Come on, newspaper. Come on, newspaper. I will guidance myself as well. Rolling bad. 20 is okay.
20's pretty good.
Okay. Does Bastion have a newspaper?
Probably, right?
I assume he's got some kind of something.
It's
I don't
maybe
know,
a-
because they don't technically have the free press.
oh,
There's
Okay,
With,
there'll be
on the
city
lookout for-
ordnance things, though.
There'll
As
be
you see
some.
this man.
There'll be some kid sending out like something.
They
But it's
did
like,
have
even if it's like
printing
their own.
presses,
They might have a printing
because
press.
Lou's got to find them.
Gwent, do you know the Bastion calendar?
Yes, he would, because he would have made a date
I
with
mean,
Fabio.
that is true.
You did make a date with Fabio, actually, yeah.
Yeah, so I would have looked at the calendar at least a couple of thousand times to make sure.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure Fabio would have said something like, in 2 weeks' time, or 14-day cycle.
But yeah, guaranteed Gwent would have still like marked it on a calendar and like.
Oh
just-
yeah, I would have bought a
highlighted
calendar
it.
especially for it.
Yeah.
Oh, I
With a
have
little
no
heart.
doubt. This is more the question of do pocket civilizations have their own calendar or not?
It'd be like one of those little flip Far Side calendars, right?
But as you're looking about, you don't see anything obvious like that in the immediate vicinity. There's a lot of debris, and it looks like most paper has been destroyed in the explosion or has withered away due to age. You do manage to find one object that looks like it was a calendar at one point, but is just entirely covered in mold now,
More mold. Yay.
Mm.
and is no longer legible in order to determine what the date on it is. But as you are looking around, you hear the drip drop or rolling of like rock crumble falling down a ledge. And as you glance around, I'm imagining meerkat style, just your head popping up and looking in the direction of the sound. You do see a good like 100 and like 50 feet away, like 200 feet away. Let's have a look here.
I don't know why, but in my head I've got. Have you seen the 1990 Super Mario movie with all like
The
the
Bob
terrible
Hoskins
one.
Bob Hoskins.
Yeah,
Terrible
the
one.
Bob Hoskins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
With all like the mushroom stuff like just around. That's what I'm imagining it, and it's just all randy.
God damn it.
Hey guys, how you doing? It's like, kill me. Actually, kill me, then kills all me at the same time.
You
Works
got
twice.
it. You just take your helmet off, like, just right here, Alvina. Punch right here.
I yeet myself into the lava. This is Stormy's fault.
But fuck you down first. No.
And Gwent turns into Darth Gwent.
I hate
with,
you.
with your 20, Gwen, you do notice or catch the disturbance of the crumbling rocks, which appears to be a very old, hunched over gnome, currently scavenging, just minding their own business, looking through piles of stuff, and occasionally picking up really moldy items and putting them in his bag.
Ooh,
He does not seem
no.
to have noticed you.
I'm going to point him out.
If he points him out, I assume I can spot him, even if it's that massive distance. It's like, oh, there he is.
Yes, there is a direct line of sight towards him.
Yeah. Well, that's probably a good sign. I like
Let's
that
go
the
question
point.
the gnome.
I like the point. He's looking at the chat at the moment. It's like, no.
Oh god, is it the point?
He's not a gnome.
Oh, he's a dwarf.
He's
Just
turned
like-
into a
Just
gnome.
an old dwarf.
He's gone through. He's gone
Ah,
through
my
some
friend,
changes.
you finally came
Hey,
back
back.
for me.
He has
Like,
aged
my
so
life
far.
has been terrible. I've been resurrected so many times.
Yeah, he
Every
resurrected.
time a different body.
Resurrected as a not
I'm no
long.
longer the point. I'm the
I am-
angles.
Yeah, I'm gone. I guess Alvina will put away the fireball she had in hand as soon as she noticed Gwen like startled me and catch you with a fireball immediately in hand ready. Where is it? She'll extinguish the ball of fire in her hand. And do you say the gnome's just some old gnome like picking stuff up?
Yeah, just hunched over, just looks to be scavenging, like lifting debris up and kind of looking underneath it, kind of like dinging through trash and occasionally picking up like a moldy item and putting it into this like little sack. He's got half half backpack, but kind of with a little opening underneath his armpit that he's putting things into.
Okay.
All I'm imagining now is the Monty Python Holy Grail. Woman, man, what?
34.
Oh, I didn't vote for you, that one. That's...
I'm 35. I'm not old.
No, it was old women it started with.
Old woman, I'm a man. I'm
Dennis.
35. I'm Dennis.
My name's Dennis.
So Alvina can see him. Do we just want to say hello? Do we want to be? If we sneak up to him, probably be more startled,
No,
right?
We'll not sneak up to him.
It'd be more
No,
startled,
we're
right?
gonna walk up like normal people.
Yeah.
Like, turn to fuck you. Don't steal anything.
Don't stab him, Alvina. Don't stab him yet.
Walk up like normal people. Good luck,
I was
guys.
actually
Good
thinking
luck.
of using thaumaturgy.
That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
No, I
What?
think you should do it.
What?
I don't know what your plan is, but it's a bad idea.
Go for it. You'll find out what cave-ins are like me.
If one bit of thaumaturgy can cause an entire cave in this cavern, we should be long dead. Do you still have your dog with you, by the way?
It lasts for
works.
10 minutes, so
You can recast it.
We can recast it. It's a cantrip.
It's a cantrip.
He's just got a permanent dog companion. Cantrip.
Illusory dog.
it
Alvina-
seems like now void, so we'll just walk towards the nice gnome.
Alvina will go, hello? Walking up very obviously. Nothing in her hands.
Alvina, try and be less threatening.
I'm doing the, if anyone's played a barbarian and had a particular part happen in Baldur's Gate, have the roll of... No, have the try not to bellow your words. Roll.
I'm very not intimidating. I'm just nice.
I am normal, right? I look normal. God, they're gonna think I'm a fire
This is me and
elemental.
my non-threatening.
They're gonna think I'm an Efreet or something, probably.
Oh, with your
Legendary.
fire. Oh
I-
my god, it's
I-
the only thing you've done this.
Yeah, my God, I'm not that powerful. I'm a god. I'm not God.
Yeah,
Yet.
but they don't know that.
Hello.
1 second, let me just do some.
Gauge his reaction.
He bolts. He dives into the lava immediately.
It's more probably. I have expected a fuck you reaction. No, this is.
He doesn't
But
own it yet.
as you shout towards him, how close are you getting before you shout?
Probably like It'd be like 100 feet ish, right?
120, so you're probably like getting up towards here.
Yeah.
Before you get into this like almost like craggy little area between two explosion cliffs. It's almost like this little like land bridge.
Yeah, the kind of place that a normal person shouting could be heard.
Yeah,
As
not
you do
close
so,
enough to
the-
scare them.
Yeah.
The gnome doesn't appear to react to your voice. Just continues about scavenging, getting dangerously close to the ledge, looking down, not really paying attention to what it's doing.
He's definitely deaf,
He's
isn't he?
hallucinating.
No, he's definitely deaf, isn't he?
Either deaf or just doesn't think there's something real there. He's been talking to himself for years.
Oh, I touch the back of Alvina's sword so it lights up. Big bright light.
What's orcs about?
I am gonna appear as a freaking divine entity to this poor guy.
Like he wouldn't have tried anyway.
Don't worry.
I don't-
I am your god from the
Alvina has
past.
I don't go in with the expectation of being called a god. It just happens.
I have no way of making sure that's true. It happens too often.
It does happen weirdly often.
Alvina has returned, my son.
I have returned, individual.
Oh, it's Gladriel after she's been given the ring.
And instead of a Dark Lord, you'll have a queen.
Yes. One that
As
is
you-
beautiful.
As you light up, the old gnome still doesn't seem to react to you.
He's gonna fall off into the lava when he spots me, isn't he? He is deaf and hasn't noticed because he's not paying attention. Oh
I wonder if
dear.
he's got blind sense or something.
Okay.
Is he a mole gnome?
He might be a mole, man.
Uh,
We're gonna just keep
How do you
approaching.
politely say hello to somebody who's blind and deaf?
Tap on the,
Make an
tap on the rock
earthquake.
3 times.
I'm gonna be approaching just still calmly and slowly.
Hang on,
Alright.
hang on. Hang on.
Hanging on.
Oh, you just
The-
thermalturgy again?
What other buff are you gonna put on me to make this person be convinced I'm a god? What else are you gonna do?
I'm not. I'm gonna use mold earth to stop him falling in the lava.
That's not gonna concern him at all.
What is the distance of Mold Earth?
30 feet with a 5-foot cube.
So
Yeah,
we
you
get
need
we
to
were
do
we
it.
were
Currently-
advancing
you're currently
slowly.
like 180 away from him.
I was gonna say, but I can make it 60.
Well,
Yeah.
would you like to get within 60 feet of him?
Alvina is approaching, so she'll be getting potentially.
No,
up
this
to him.
this terrain here is a little bit more tricky, so I'm going to count it as difficult terrain just because it's between two blast zones.
Yeah. She was moving comfortably slowly anyway, so it makes. She's just moving carefully.
But go on, Lou.
I will go with Elvina. And if it looks like either Elvina or both of us have startled the gnome and he's heading towards the lava even more.
Gonna make a wall so he doesn't just pitch himself off the
Yeah,
cliff.
I'm trying to save the dude, okay? I'm sure he's a gnome, not a fucking lemon.
The both of you, if you're being careful while it's difficult terrain, it's mostly just going to slow your movement. So that's fine.
I mean, it seems we've got plenty of time.
Yeah, the gnome just continues moving about again, just moving about the edge, kind of looking for stuff, kind of pulling plants wherever you can find anything growing out the side, kind of chipping away any crystals that have to be growing within the earth or sticking out of it. Eventually, you manage to get within that 60 feet, and Lou, you hold your spell to mold earth if anything should happen. You get closer, get within 30 feet, and you continue shouting for this old gnome to pay attention to you, and yet still. They're not looking up. The light from your glowing radiance doesn't seem to be catching their attention. They just appear to be going about their day, completely oblivious to the world around them. As they move off one patch, you actually see the earth at the ledge begin to fall away just as they've already moved. Had they stayed there a second or two later, they would have probably fallen into the pit. But again, they're just moving about completely blissfully unaware of what they're doing. You get within 30 feet of them. What would you like to do?
I mean, Alvina's still approaching. Like, she is prepared to walk right up to him if he has no like
Slowly and
interaction,
calmly.
but slowly and calmly. But if he doesn't react beforehand, or like seem to register that she's there, she is going to walk right up to him potentially. But if he reacts before
no,
that, she'll stop there essentially.
He does not seem to react, and as you get up within 5 feet off this old gnome, preparing yourself to kind of gently reach out and kind of let them know you're where, they seem to reach into the little bag hole they have at their side that connects with the larger kind of junk bag they have on their back, and they pull out, and without looking at you, just kind of like backhand pass you, just kind of reach out and hold out what appears to be a very rusty mechanical clockwork clock. Just holding it up to you, not looking at you, still just kind of scanning the
Interesting.
area. But they're holding it out towards, like, as if they're passing something back to somebody where you happen to be.
We've
Okay.
seen him in a different time.
Just look at you and shrug like, I don't know, it's a clock.
I'll take it.
As you take it, the old gnome kind of looks back at you, and you can kind of see their eyes are heavily kind of wrinkled over, half squinting up at you, as if they're looking into a light, which they are literally looking
They
into
are
right now.
literally. She's just
You can
towering over it.
You can see there's some sagginess to the cheeks, some like liver spots. Clearly, this man looks like he's over 100 years old. And as he looks up at you in this kind of very dry voice that makes you want to cough from how dry it is, just kind of utters to you,
Hey, Sonny. Be careful with that one. Eating it is very time consuming.
Bait him!
and then just
I
turns
approve,
away.
Chris, I approve.
Of course you approve. It's a very dad joke.
Screw you.
Yeah.
You didn't hear that.
And they just turn away and just continue scavenging the area around them.
You gonna put some red arcanite on that then?
And she might lick it.
It tastes of very rusted copper.
Yeah, it's a clock. Okay. I'm gonna
Gwen,
put it in my
have you got
bag.
Any thing to stop tetanus?
I think Alvina's stomach's
Probably.
immune to every.
I mean, it's probably she's already eaten tetanus.
I mean, it's not the worst thing we've seen her try and eat, so, you know.
It's not.
think this
It's
will
not the
be
worst.
okay.
It's not the worst thing you've seen her successfully eat. You've seen
Yeah.
Alvina eat a actual rock in front of you. Remember,
I mean, the primal fire.
and the primal fire.
Yes. What would you like to do?
I mean, I'm putting the clock in my bag.
What year is it, old gnome?
See, does the clock say what year it is?
no, it's a wind-up clock.
Is there a maker's date on it? Also, what date was it when we left?
What date was it when you left? Make me
Gwen?
a history check.
Oh, god damn it. Everybody do. We can't fuck up something so easy.
Oh, I can.
Oh, thank god.
6.
I know what day it was.
I didn't. I ate the calendar that someone bought for me.
Only Gwent took the time to learn Bastion's calendar system.
Yeah, because of Fabio.
Fuck you, might have.
Fuck you, no. Yeah.
Yeah, but fuck you learned to learn about guard schedules.
I was about to say you learned
Doesn't
to
count.
guard schedules you can rob.
And a cult is run on timing.
So only Alvina didn't
I'm
bother to learn
efficient
the
with my
calendar.
group.
That makes sense. Alvina might not know the calendar for Fantasia, to be honest.
I don't
Like,
think
is it
Fantasia has a
winter?
calendar.
And it's fine.
It's a non-zero.
Time. It's the hot time. It's the leaf falling
No,
time.
it's Alvina lived in the summer court. It's the hot time and the slightly less hot time.
Yeah, Fantasia doesn't have seasons. It has geographical seasons.
Yeah. She lived in the sun. And what was it in the winter? Still the sun.
Not quite as sunny, but still sunny.
Ah, listen,
Slightly different sun.
It was sunny but more crisp.
There was one cloud in the sky once, and that's how you can tell it's winter. But yeah, so it's like, so he just wandered off.
Yeah, he just continued to scavenge, just ignoring the party.
I don't think I'm the right person to talk to this one.
So have we established about this date?
Yeah, is there a maker's mark on it? It says a date on the clock.
There's not a maker's mark.
Okay.
well, he's been chewing on it. I don't think there's going to be anything, and there's rust. So,
You know, you chewed on this particular clock. You might have just eaten a different clock.
Go on, Lou. Be our leader.
Luke, you're up.
Be the face of the party. Go on.
You're the face for this one, Luke. I like that we all alternate which one's the face depending on who we're talking to, regardless of our actual charisma stats.
It's between me and fuck you.
Let's have you go up and talk to him, Luke. Let's have
Oh,
you
it's
go.
definitely not going to be fuck you. No.
he's all the way back here.
Fuck you's mugging
I
someone
will-
else around the corner.
Fuck you's looking down into the abyss, contemplating himself and all the things that you could steal.
Yeah, and the abyss is looking
I
back
will-
and winking, which is weird.
No, the abyss is looking back and is concerned that it's about to be stolen.
I could steal this hole. I just need a big enough bag.
Yes, Lou.
I-
As you approach the old
I
gnome, what
walk
would you like
up
to do?
to him and gently tap him on his shoulder.
He stops and glances back at you, and as his eyes sweep towards you, they pause on you for a second before they immediately swirl to the illusionary dog, and the old gnome starts shuffling over and starts to interact with the illusionary dog, going, "Oh, who's a good Rolex? Oh, you are, aren't you? Oh, you're such a good Rolex."
Why do I feel like we've bumped into Broken Chrono?
I cannot believe that the dog came into.
I can't believe this guy knows what a dog is.
That is actually true. Dogs are fictional in this universe.
Yeah, dogs aren't real here. That's why I'm
Who
confused.
doesn't know what this animal is?
The old gnome looks to Lou.
Oh, Sonny, you've got such a good watchdog here.
I do, thank you.
You've ran into.
Well played. Well played.
He's also a very good companion.
Oh, I bet he is.
Me and my friend have some questions. I wonder if you could help answer them?
All right, but only if I get to tell a story first.
By all means, yes.
Lou, you're up.
All right, follow me. Let's go make camp somewhere.
Okay. I turn around and say there is something. Follow him. He's going to tell us a story.
Okay. I've been like stories.
I just want to know the date, man.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Stop trying to steal the hole.
Your bag's
No,
not big
fucking-
enough.
You hear a whisper from the hole saying, "Thank you."
I was about to move the party and then I realised that fuck you would actually fall in the hole if I moved him from there. So.
Minutes later, the rest of the party round up in a more sturdy terrain area, where the old gnome kind of sits down in what used to be one of the paths, and just starts kind of re-sparking an old fire, and waits for the rest of the party to sit around the camp.
So you're no longer stealing the hole.
He's like, I'll try later.
I'll be back for you.
You've not seen the last of me.
As the party all gathers around, the old gnome stoking the fire, there's a soft glow underneath his wizened face. Looks at each of you in turn.
I recognize adventurers with a story to tell. But before you tell me your woes, let me tell you the time I was fired from the clock factory. Yes. It is such a sad tale. After all the extra hours I put in. But anyway,
Just
that's for
staring at him, dead-eyed.
Alvina is staring at rapt attention. She generally likes stories regardless of what they are.
Lou's taking a deft interest as well.
Yeah, Neil. Get interested there.
But what I really wish I could tell you was the great time travel joke I heard tomorrow.
Sounds interesting.
It truly is.
Tell me
it
when the
truly
puns
is.
stop, I'll be back.
I love these puns, they're great. Keep going.
As he starts kind of getting more comfortable, he undoes the large sack around his back, and he starts unfastening something at his waist as he takes off what appears to be a strip of cloth with clocks haphazardly tied towards it. As he kind of just dumps it in the middle with a sigh.
Yeah, it's a real shame. I tried to make a belt of watches. It was such a waste of time. Tell me, you adventurers, you look like you've done some time traveling in your lives. Can I ask you a personal opinion?
Sure.
You can.
Do hungry time travelers ever go back 4 seconds?
Depends how hungry they are. They could go quicker.
I don't say I go back for fourths and eighths and 30 seconds usually, so.
But yes, enough with the jokes, enough with the puns. We're not getting any younger over here. Oh, at least you lot aren't.
So it seems.
What can an old gnome do for you?
What year is
What
it?
is the year?
Oh, what is the year indeed? Oh. Do you happen to have a mirror on you?
Lou does.
Oh, we do actually! Wait a minute! Fuck you!
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you!
You got a bigger mirror.
Fuck you!
Yeah. Well,
Can you pass me the bag holder for a second? I need to get that mirror out that we nicked.
you can have the mirror. You can't have the bag.
Okay, can you give me the mirror?
Okay.
The bag's yours, so you can't have the bag.
You know I'm not gonna nick it. Yeah, I just pull this giant. Everyone's just looking. It's like I pull this literal giant stand mirror just out.
As you do so, the old gnome takes one of the clocks from the haphazardly tied to the belt and holds it up to reflect in the mirror.
Ah, yes, that's more like it. Time for reflection. Oh, but Sonny, I don't know what the time is. I don't know what the date is. I don't even know what century this is.
Well,
Do you know what's happened here that caused all this lava and destruction?
Oh no, it was like this when I found it.
how long ago was that?
When did you get here?
Dunno.
That's very complicated because some of us have come back
Today.
and went to the future, then came back. We
Well-
don't know how long's passed.
Before I tell you any secrets, could you all remove any watches you have on you?
Good. I haven't got any watches.
You have a clock.
That's good, because time will tell.
Over his action. Bob is
Just
action.
glaring daggers over the.
The best
daggers.
part. The best part. There is 0% chance that Alvina has understood a single pun that this guy has said so far. Like, I am definitely reacting. I'm loving them. Alvina is like going, this guy speaks really weirdly.
Fuck you is very tempted to just stab himself in his ears.
You know what? Maybe Gwent's god was onto something.
This is why you shoot a god when you got a chance.
Oh, but as you struggle to talk with the old gnome and get any actual answers out of this enigmatic figure, let's switch over to Zormir.
Yay! I'm not dying. I don't have to die of puns anymore. I put
That's
up
a
with them on a
youth
The
regular
Yetis
basis.
are gonna start
Yeti
speaking
puns,
in
Yeti
puns.
puns.
Yeti.
How do you know they haven't started that already?
They definitely have.
That's what I'm saying. How does he know they haven't
Yetis are
started that?
masters of puns.
But
Yetis
yes,
love a pun.
you've had some delicious delicious food. You've had a nice little time break, and
Got some
A
bone
nice
meal.
big statue made of you.
Got some bone meal.
some bone meal, and
Calcium.
the adolescent Yetis have just kind of been watching you throughout this
Yeti.
entire process, and they seem to have kind of accepted that you aren't dangerous. They've relaxed a little bit. They're still keeping their distance, but some of them have kind of sat down just to watch you. Some are instinctively taking notes of you. Some are kind of like glancing back down the corridor from which they've came, a little like unsure if they should be staying here. But all in all, they seem to just be curious kids watching you as you just exist and go about your day until eventually you finish your bone meal and your food, and presumably don't just sit there for 5 hours, please. So what would you like to do now, Zormer?
Nah.
If you start, you can if you want. It's
Just long
boring.
rest. Just long rest immediately.
Well, I'm at least trying for a short rest whilst I sort of draw things in the dirt.
Sure. Well, we'll say an hour has passed while the party's been slowly traveling
Oh.
through the city, and you've been doing your bone meal.
All right.
We're talking in pictograms now, are we?
But the rest of the party can also get a short rest as you are just camping out with this old gnome.
Yay! That's actually really handy for me. I get both of my Uber abilities back.
But you're drawing pictographs, you were saying, Zormer?
I'm
Oh, I might
basically
get my
drawing
Uber Destiny
things
back.
that are basically common enough to sort of get the gist of it, and then saying my word, and then pointing at them and say to try and start getting the gist of certain words. Like,
Fish.
oh,
Fish. You're gonna just get fish. Is what a clear one that you definitely have to know, right?
yeah, I'm basically trying to establish the sort of baseline of the.
This means yes. This
There's a-
means no kind of shit, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to establish basic dialect enough to basically start communication. At least.
Yes, oh me, you're feeling not dead.
Oh, the thing is, when I click the short rest, it does a roll as well. And apparently, clicking.
Usually
so
you'd
that's
have
the
to select.
You select a number of hit dice that you spend.
Yeah, I've selected that and clicked it. And
Yeah.
You just heal for that.
it's- Yeah. I will spend sort of time trying to start rudimentary dialect using sort of my idea, the knowledge of what I've learned as a psychiatrist.
Do you have any background in language learning specifically?
You know, like the linguist feat.
Probably
No, I don't.
That's
I-
fine. Then go ahead and just make me a flat intelligence check. I'll lower the DC a little bit because of your psychiatry background, but the linguist's background would have just given you an advantage. But for this one, it'll just be a flat we'll say what you're trying to do is still reasonably hard, and you're trying to. We'll see more. We'll set the DC in increments to see how successful you are. The higher
Right.
you are, the more words you've picked up. Anything below 10, and you can't understand anything. Like 10 to 15.
Natural one.
Well, would you like to do anything before I announce the results?
Destiny to try and get through this because this is rough enough as it is.
That's better. Okay.
Ah.
Not perfect. That you get a basic working vocabulary. You learn their names if you would like. The kind of the older male that was stepping forward is Tom.
Tom.
All right.
Oh, Tom out of that.
You right there, Chris?
You peeked out your mic.
That's Yeti's names for you, man. They just peek the mic. You have
That was
you
more
have
the noise you made, not the
you have,
pitch. Like you were falling.
That one peaked the mic too much. as
That
well.
would cut the mic.
you have obviously the third one of.
Yeah. that killed
Okay,
it.
so what I've got is Tom. I don't know the middle one, and the last one is Doug. That's what I got out of that.
Hill
And you have the other two because I think I've made my point of Yeti names. But you learn their names, and you get basic vocabulary. Is there any particular information you're trying to get out of them, like a topic or like a piece of information, anything like that? I can guarantee you they're not gonna know any reference to time or calendar.
No.
They're a
it's more-
yay. They're cave dwelling.
Not that you would know anyway.
Yeah, someone doesn't
I'm
even know we're not
probably-
in the north.
We're where we are. Basically, I'm trying to establish we are in the caverns. We are
Oh
And-
shit! I've just
close,
read.
close
They
to
tell
a
you.
settlement where I came from, or
That's not going
there.
to be complicated.
How do you draw settlement? That
Uh,
indicates that it's your settlement and not a generic their settlement.
I basically draw what I was
It's
drawing
not
for it
cave-like.
represent me, and then draw what I think is a settlement, me settlement, and then try to draw.
Like a
Draw their
house,
settlement.
right? It'd be like a
Yeah,
house,
I'm
right?
drawing
Where it house pointing at him,
And
question
then-
mark or something like that.
and then house pointing at them, where, and draw like squiggly lines, like going to place.
They take a moment to confer with each other, and you kind of, from what the language you've picked up, they seem to be mostly discussing of if they should help you or not. And there seems to be a worry that they might get in trouble by what you've kind of come to be of life givers, or which you
Parents.
translate as parents.
Parent.
But eventually they do decide to help you. After all, you're the great
Canned
savior,
beef.
the great hero,
The great
Mm.
canned beef.
the great canned beef.
Great cat and beef.
Did you not see that earlier?
Yeah, so I pushed
Yeah, I
that
saw
earlier.
I
Yeah.
saw that earlier.
The giver of subsistence, the giver of food. And they get up and they kind of like gesture for you to follow them as they start making their way back along the cavern tunnels.
All of them.
A good like 20 minutes kind of just passes as they take you. They seem to like confidently narrow their way back through these nearly identical looking tunnels. And eventually you come out into a semi-large cavern. Up on the upper ledges of it, you're probably a good like 2/3 of the way up from the cavern floor. But there is a ridge running down and around towards it. There's a couple plateaus, all of them with what appears to be carved out dwellings. Carved into the rock itself with little rope bridges hanging between the taller plateaus, kind of crisscrossing this very vertically built up along the walls, and Yeti dwelling. as you can see adult Yetis kind of just going about their days. On the opposite side, you can see coming down from one of the lower tunnel entrances what appears to be a party of hunters carrying a large bug-like insect on two sticks between them, carrying it into camp.
Okay.
They appear to have taken you to their home.
I mean, it's better than a cave. Probably.
Fair enough.
Can you give
Is-
me a just a flat stealth check
Okay.
as you come into view of this dwelling,
Oh dear.
of the settlement?
You've not got mithril armor anymore, do you?
Let's see how noisy you are.
Because you replaced it with normal, so you could enchant it. Yep, that's what I thought. I was expecting. Bong!
As you come into view, having made a little bit of noise along the corridor before you got into view. So by the time you actually step out into view, a couple of Yeti faces have already been drawn to the sound as they watch as you're already towering over even the tallest of the adolescent Yetis. So several adult Yetis stare up at you, their eyes growing wide in bewilderment, as one of them starts running off towards a large central hut on the tallest, kind of a central pillar plateau that rises up with these little like wooden ladders running up to it. What would you like to do?
Well, here's what I find out if my friend is here.
He tried to
And-
eat you.
And he still wants to eat me. It's basically the thought that
Yeah.
basically what I'm saying to myself. Oh well.
Good times.
This is
My-
like the intro plot for a really weird movie.
I wonder if I've still got enough time to write a will to have fuck you inherit me again.
There's a few problems with that.
Yep. Why
As
don't I?
you linger about, the young Yetis kind of disperse off towards the sides, and you notice like one or two of the adult Yetis kind of like quietly doing that, like quiet shouting to tell them to come here now.
Basically.
As they part away from you, you're left kind of just standing there as after like a moment or two, the central tent doors open, and stepping out is this very kind of old, hunched over Yeti. As they slowly make their way through town.
Uh-huh.
It'll take them a good like 10 minutes to cross the settlement. Would you like to do anything in that time as you kind of stand at the entrance? You can either like move to meet them, you could run away. What would you like to do?
You could tell them that you're full.
You can also just stand there and wait for them to approach because you're not sure of the etiquette of entering a Yeti settlement.
I'll wait
You know what?
rather than do anything hostile or try to run, because then
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
not having a whole Yeti settlement chasing after me. And I'm kind of curious why there's a statue of me as well. And it's just
Yeah.
kind of like, what the hell's going on here?
As you wait, eventually the elder gets up to you, and as they kind of get closer, about maybe 20-30 feet away from you, you notice that they have a kind of large ceremonial, almost like elder chieftain hat, like large bouquet hat on, as well as a large copper nose ring that loops around their left nostril. As they approach up to you,
Oh,
you feel an old resurgence, an old cognitive connection reform. As they reach out their hand towards you, kind of their eyes disbelieving, they reach out and touch you as if to see if you're real.
hello? I'll
And
say in the
in-
sort of
In your
Open
head,
Yeti.
you hear the telepathic voice of this elder. You are they. How
Yeah.
can this be? You look no different. You have not aged.
And you have. How long has it been since we've met then?
It is hard to tell time down in the caverns, but it has been nearly 2 generations
I'm back.
since we had our encounter in the caverns.
Ah, it's the same one. Cool.
Yeah, he has a nose piercing.
Really? He'll get in
yes.
response.
These are my Chan children that have found you.
Oh. Congratulations.
A lot has happened in the time. We were a settlement on starvation when you gave us your subsistence. In that time, we have managed to build ourselves up into a small, thriving settlement. Not without our problems, but we have survived, and that was what matters.
Oh.
Tell me,
Congratulations.
have you come to save us again? There are stories of divine celestials. We have found cave markings of beings from beyond the world that come in time of need. Are you such a being? Is that why you have not aged?
I am very concerned about what these cave markings look like now. I'm just getting the mental image of, like, fuck you, but a demon, and Alvida with some sort of weird, like, giant beyond, like, the size of mountains.
Come, you are a guest of our village. You are our honored. You are our honored guest. I have much I must ask of you, and much I must impose upon you. You have come at a once more a
The turn of the tide.
challenging time in our settlement's history.
Very well.
Sounds like a bad habit, Leo.
But
I
we will
will-
discuss this in the elder tent.
I'll go with them. Because I'm now sort of trying to piece together what's going on. Because I'm guessing I'm just starting to realize there's some time shenanigans going on.
To be honest, you might think you were in a coma.
This is definitely, or at least from like the voice, like they're definitely much wiser and much better spoken now. Their thoughts much more coherent than when you first interacted with them.
Mhm.
But it's looking deeper in the eyes, it's unmistakable. This is the same person who you interacted with in the cave a short, like half an hour ago.
Yeah. Like, okay.
Oh, you've had an hour less, so at least a couple hours ago.
Yeah. Yeah,
But they take you to the elder tent and kind of sit you down in front of a large glowing rock that seems to be emanating heat. It doesn't give off any steam or anything. It looks to just be almost radiating with elemental energy itself.
Mhm.
And as you do, they begin kind of they seem to be making tea on the rock, and they offer you a substance using a variety of herbs in the tea to brew quite a lovely concoction, and they offer one over to you.
Yeah. I'll drink it.
We must hold a feast in your name, but not tonight. No, tonight is the harvest.
Funnily, he's thinking, and I'm thinking internally, Alvina would be jealous of this one.
She already is. She's just like, there's a disturbance in the forest. Someone's
There's a
getting
forest.
fed and it's not me.
A feast in my name, and it's from my yay.
Before I assume too much, what brings you back to us? Oh, great savior of my life.
I fear some shenanigans
Alpha
of
man. What?
magic has brought me here.
We have
And-
had some run-ins with magic as of late. Each turn of the quaking yields yet more disastrous connections with the outside world. Is it the same magics that plague us that plague you? Is that why you're here, or are you here on a different purpose?
I fear that most of them are all connected in some way, shape, or form. So, if I can help you and your people, I feel that it'll probably help me as well. Because there's much I need to try and figure out what's going on, and the more I know, the better I can deal with this. And I may need to find my companions as well.
I see.
And I'll give them a rough description of each of the people. Yeah, or I can of my companions of Blue, Alvina, Gwent, and fuck you, even the point.
Why do you even?
Descriptions.
Well, I don't know. The point isn't here, so I'm assuming he's here as well. This is more of me saying, because the point's not here for a couple days. So I
These
can't
descriptions do
exclude them.
not mean anything to me. Where do you believe them to be?
And I'll give him a description of the settlement of where I came, of where the resistance is.
Ah. Yes, the heart of death.
Oh, that sounds great.
If that is where your allies be, then I'm afraid, savior of my life and feeder of my kin, that your allies may already be dead to the great beast.
What lies in there?
I bet you go, oh shit, she's gonna adopt it.
There's a tinge of what is what is Alvina adopting now, and what is there?
Can they fit on the ship?
We do not speak of. Going into that location, while great for salvage, is not one many have escaped alive from. Although there is not much in this day and age in which you can survive from. More and more areas of the mountain get conquered by various factions. The mountain is being stripped for resources. Even my own kin have turned to outside influence. It is a difficult time.
And monster guilds getting involved
brazen.
too. More brazen. Because I'm thinking they're stealing the Yetis, and
I think the Yetis might be joining them, to be honest. I can't remember if Yetis are monstrosities or giants.
Yetis are monstrosities.
Yeah, monstrosities. I knew they were one of the two, I couldn't remember which. It might be just joining them.
They've got good food.
I'd probably ask them if they could get me close enough there without endangering themselves, and what way they think that I can help them.
Oh, what you ask is suicide. I cannot send the savior of my life to their death. It would be dishonorable upon me.
And I'm gonna try and reassure them by regaling them of some of the tales of Alvina and the rest of us.
Yeah.
What we've faced.
I
truly.
don't know if that's going to reassure them.
These tales must be surely our fabrications. Such feats are beyond even our greatest warriors.
To be fair, the Yetis, it's like, she ate magical fire and tamed it. It's like, that's
These are
pretty
tales
insane.
bewildering.
It's pretty insane for a Yeti to think of.
It all depends what stories Zorm is actually telling them.
That's gotta be one of them, right? That's like a crazy
Yeah.
feat. That's an insane feat.
I was told of the speed and quickness of Gwent, the brazen boldness of Alvina, and eating the primal fire, and
The suicidal boldness.
And the rest.
The cultness of the cult of Lou.
the cultist of
The rock.
obviously leaving out the word cult and being the
Oh, you'd bring up like Lou inspiring the entire like uprising in Ironcore. That's like a great
Yeah.
feat moment, right? These mere words inspired a rebellion.
yeah, and then the crafty goblin who's can vanish in a crowded room.
Also, the goblin
Oh.
who this god of
Oh.
theft can't steal from.
Oh. Truly you are whatever being created us, truly you are sent to us with such reverence. Yes, maybe you truly can help us, but no. I am at a conundrum. You see, this problem, it is not one of might or danger, at least not so in so many words. I have no doubt, or at least I would hope and pray that no danger would ever come, no violence would derive from it, but stresses have been growing tense. What I face now is a problem of a, how do you say in your common tongue, a political disagreement.
Well, who would be the perfect one to convince them? Or maybe even the point.
I must
The point-
assume.
the point's very good with his.
No, he's terrible with it, but he's great at convincing people to do things that make our situation worse.
That's why I went.
I must assume from wisdom that you would not be staying once the problem would be fixed.
There's many other problems I need to fix.
Yeah.
That is as I feared, so therefore any problem or any solution to said problem cannot be a temporary measure, or else status quo would resume as soon as you were gone.
Oh no,
And then they go back to starving.
we would make sure that the problem didn't arise again.
This problem though
Oh, promise.
is not one that can never reappear.
Well, tell me what it is.
It is about time. I think it is best if you see. Please stay here, watch from a distance, listen, and learn. But no matter what happens, please, you must not interfere. You may provoke a retaliation that is not desired. Remember,
I
any
wanna-
solution must be long-term, not temporary.
I want to see if one of my spells is still in the lower level that I can have during my short rest picked up. But I didn't change any of my spells during my short rest now, which I could have. No, I think it's a higher level spell. I could have
Which
used
one?
it's one of the spells that allows me to make a magical camera.
Oh, create.
It's like I think it's a second level.
A magical camera. Do you mean like arcane eye or?
It's similar to the arcane eye spell, but it's or is it invisible cap?
If you can cast it, it doesn't matter right now.
Yeah.
To be fair, I was just imagining you can just like peek through the tent doors. But as he says this, you hear a gong a slight distance off, kind of reverberating in a distant tunnel. As the elder stands up and begins making his way to the exit of the tent. And just before he leaves, he pops his head back in and with a kind of an eye of desperation at you, just reiterates, "Please do not interfere, no matter what happens. This must be a solution of permanency, not temporary."
Well, you have the connection between me, so you can pass me anything within 200 feet, 220 feet back to me.
Give or take.
As he leaves, there's a kind of a sound of a hustle and bustle out of one of the further corridors into the settlement, and as you're peeking out, you can see that there are large crates on these little kind of wagon wheels being loaded up, and there's occasionally like disagreements between some of the adults as to like trying to almost hide some of the crates away, and you can see some children kind of peering out with fear in their eyes as they watch the disagreement. But eventually, the elder tells them to put everything on the carts. And as he kind of steps up the carts at either side, waiting for him, you can see marching into the town on the opposite end of the settlement is what appears to be a dozen heavily armored, in like thick half plate armor with these very pristine looking weapons, are a dozen adult yetis in effectively mercenary gear.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do so, give me a perception check, Zormir.
Monstro Guild.
With a possible 10. Ooh.
Mystery Eddie.
And you do indeed see on the kind of the shoulders or like the arms of these adult yetis, they are wearing the insignia of the Monstro Guild.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What unfolds over the next 10 minutes is almost kind of, to your professional opinion, looks like a military group shaking down a local settlement for its supplies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see two of the burly, kind of armed yetis going about and inspecting the crates and almost taking tally and note of what is being delivered to them. And as they do the final count and come back to the centralized figure, who appears to be quite a in his prime yeti, quite muscular, towering over the elder who's hunched over.
Yep.
You hear him get whispered into the ear of what the final count is, and kind of stare down with disgust at the elder.
It's too low.
It's too low. As the Yeti, you hear a sudden crack of sound throughout the settlement as the military, the leader of the militant Yetis, backhand the elder and force him to the ground with the sheer force of the impact, to the point where you could hear the thud ruminate throughout the settlement. You can see several of the village Yetis kind of start to pounce forward, but are being held back by differing people. All of them kind of just holding there. You can sense the fear permeate throughout the settlement of they want to do something. There's an anger underriding the atmosphere, but they
crack a bit.
but they refuse to go forward. And as you can hear a distant conversation,
Just as he'll hear in his head, bastard, because he lets the thought slip in his head.
Mm-hmm.
you hear a little bit of snippet of a conversation, or you can hear that there is conversation going on, but it's a little bit too far to hear as the leader of the the Monstral Guild Yetis, is talking down at the elder, and clearly displeasing the answer. You see him come in with a kick to the elder's stomach. And you hear the old man kind of gasp for breath, and over all of it, the one phrase that kind of catches your attention is, "Really, father, is this the best you could do?"
Ooh.
Damn.
Ah.
You heard the same parent word again, didn't he?
Yeah. He's Darmir is digging his fingers into his hand.
Zomir is like, if
Right.
Alvina was here, she would have attacked by now, wouldn't she?
He's holding back with everything he's got, and he's just like, I'm finding Alvina, and we're kicking the Monster Guild's teeth in.
Yeah.
Gwent,
The
you get your
old man
wishes.
again.
Is-
Is Zormir gonna hold back and let this
Yeah.
play out, as you can see that again, even the rest of the villagers are struggling to hold themselves back. But you also watch as the Monstral Guild Yetis, with like the full dozen of them, you can see the rest of them almost kind of like preparing their weapons, almost looking for a reason to use them.
he knows a shakedown when he's seen it. He's obviously started studying criminal psychology, and he's like, this is a shakedown, and this isn't good, especially if it's all people from this village who are now doing the shakedown.
But with that, eventually, obviously, the shakedown will conclude. The elder kind of taking the main brunt of the abuse, but they kind of take the foods, what appears to be food supplies or just general supplies from the town, and you can see some of them kind of hawk up the carts and begin wheeling them off as they're leaving. The leader gets one final kick in at the elder before turning and also following suit, walking away out of the settlement.
Zarmir is waiting for the very second that he knows that they're definitely not going to catch him coming out, and he's full pelting across. And I'm going to use the last of my magic that I have until I take a long rest to cure wounds the elder.
Yeah.
All right, you do so.
Yeah.
With that, we're gonna head back to the other half of the party, though, to wrap up their scene. A good hour has passed with this old gnome. Potentially, the old gnome's already dead, just from not giving you a straight answer.
We're roasting him on the fire actually now already. That's dinner.
But is there the old gnome doesn't seem to have a sense of time. He's never looked at a calendar in his fucking life, as far as he tells it. And while he will try and like give some vague answers of I don't know that answer. In between your questions, he also continues with the puns throughout the dialogue. At any opportunity he gets, where he almost seems to know what you'll say, to the point where he's already set up the gag and then follows through on it as you're saying the piece.
I mean, it's still so confused. Because every pun is going over her head. She's like, what? She's like thinking, I don't know. This guy talks just really strangely. She's not sure what he's going on about.
Is there any other questions other than what the time is or the calendar that you would like to try and ask the old gnome that he may or may not be able to answer?
The hell
What
happened?
happened?
He says that he got here. Like he arrived. The state was already like this when he got here.
Ah, okay. Is there anybody else here?
There's this weird pack of Yetis that keep turning up and going away, but
He'll get
Is
to
this
that question
destruction-
in a little bit.
Okay.
Is this destruction over a wide area, or is it just this area? Have you explored further?
Oh no, I've just been savaging this one area. I've only been here a little bit of time myself.
Hmm.
Yet I've always been here, really, when you think about it. Just like my fashion
Yeah, can do.
trend. Do you like? He starts like showing you off his like fashion. Some would say it's a timeless style.
Just starting to pull a dagger out of the side pocket. Just.
The point.
As
The
you do
point would
so,
like
and
to-
as Alvina asks their question, you see suddenly the old gnome kind of almost like straighten up in an alert position. Whoa. Oh well, it's time to be going.
Oh.
Yes, quickly, we must get away now.
Oh, why?
Oh, it is time for her to arrive.
Oh, who is she?
Who's
Oh, don't
her?
want to be here when she gets here.
Why?
Oh, she has a nasty habit of eating people.
Oh, I like her already.
God damn it.
As he moves over to the ledge next to the drop into the fire, and takes one final glance up at one of the larger tears next to the headquarters. As the image is slightly different to what you're going to see. It is a dragon, but this is the best image I can get. You see kind of tearing its head from the tear in the sky, what can only be described as this gleaming, or kind of zombified look of this gleaming platinum-scaled dragon that looks to almost zombie-style be embedded and overgrown with growths of violet crystal.
I don't have enough space on the ship. Oh.
As the old gnome glances back at the rest of you, at the edge of the drop into the lava, kind of just glances back at you, glances up at it, and then glances back. Oh, I wouldn't stick around. There's no rationing with this one. Oh, driven mad this one is. And then jumps into the crater. Out of line of sight from the rest of you.
Well, he's dead. Alvina would probably usher the others to go for cover, or at least out of immediate line of sight.
A little bit of hidey.
Yeah.
There you go. Add a little purple tint to it, or a violet tint to it. As it continues to fully bring itself out, you, Alvina, with just your natural dragon efficiencies,
Yeah.
or affinities, you recognize the growing size of this dragon as it's tearing itself up, and even from actually even just because you have perfect line of sight and everything as
Yep.
well, you size this dragon up to be over 60 to 80 foot in size. And there is no mistaking it. This is a gargantuan, near colossal sized, what appears to be platinum dragon infested with growths of violet crystals. This is clearly an ancient dragon.
She's on the precipice of becoming the old great worm size.
As that's where we're going to end for tonight. We've got stuff going on with the Yeti, and we've got stuff going on with a platinum, a violet crystal embedded dragon.
Oh, well,
Hell yeah.
I'm guessing the rainbow bridge might be broken now. Well, the rainbow wall might be broken now.
My advice, don't fight it. Run. The CR30.
Yeah.
Oh. Only CR30.
Only CR30.
Take it.
Do you remember Alvina knows exactly, and she knows she can't. She's not willing to take on full grown or upper tiered grown dragons yet. She knows when she's got to be able to take that.
Yes. With that, that's been our first
Hell
little
yeah.
episode into the future.
Yeah.
Tune in next time for Temporal Shenanigans Part 2. Will the players ever return back to the present? Who knows? We'll see if they survive the future first.
Probably not.
And also learn what actually caused all this, rather than this is just the consequences of that so far.
I'm blaming the point.
Yes.
Probably the point. With that, thank you all for playing, thank you all for watching, hope you had fun, and I'll see you next week. Good night.
See ya!
Bye.
Bye.
Alright.
And we're out.
That
Put
was...
the end screen on.
It's fine. That was awesome. I really like that. Oh, Platinum Dragon. A zombified-ish.
Violet.
A zombified crystal-infused Platinum Dragon. Holy crap.
Violet crystal infused platinum dragon.
Yep.
If you imagine like the last
One that
of Us
Alvina
zombies,
doesn't want to adopt.
but
Yes.
instead of like plants and mushrooms for the Last of Us zombies, it's crystals for the dragon.
Yeah. Which is awesome. I've got a decent mental image of this, actually, because I've seen, like, the crystal dragons that used to be in WoW, and I'm imagining something quite like that. So... I'm looking forward to finding out about this. And at least we know that Zormi hasn't been eaten yet.
Yet.
I feel
Well,
like I'm
we
in a
know,
better
but we-
standing than you guys.
Nah, we'll
No.
be fine. We'll be fine. It's dragon. We can be fine.
Good luck in the lava.
I can actually walk through lava. The others, not so much.
I mean, I can last twice as long as the rest of them.
Yeah, you'll die, not instantly.
Yeah.
I wish you all to eat my dust.
It might be
Yeah.
faster than you
When
actually,
you
Glenn.
run so fast.
Yeah, it might be
just
faster.
runs right
It's
over
a...
the top.
And how many
It's like hot, 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 hot.
how many charges have you got left?
Oh, I want to say 4 from memory.
Oh, you mean
Take
the
a look.
spider climb? I
Mate,
was
I'm
just
being-
talking about
Well-
Gwen running so fast.
But yeah,
Barely touches the lava.
that's all we got time for today. I'll be back on Monday. I'm really looking forward to this next week, though. This is going to be awesome. So, hope you guys enjoyed the show. Have a fantastic evening, every Sunday. Keep playing the games, keep you awesome guys. Oh, the best on Twitch. Enjoy yourselves, guys. Have a fantastic time. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.